right, what is up, YouTube? We are officially back for the New York Football Giants. All right, I missed a game. We had a little bit of a face injury. If you're just joining us for the first time since we're back, we did do a Nick streamer in the middle of the week. I appreciate anybody who joined us for that. But we're back. I'm pumped up. The New York Giants hosting the Houston Texans, and we're on CBS today. A little weird. Don't love it. Home team, and we're on CBS. All right, so that throws me off already. It's 49 degrees in East Rutherford. 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. Classic football day in New Jersey. Let's get it. Let's go. Who's joining us today? Shout out to everybody. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. If you are not subscribed, we appreciate it. We're trying to get to 200 subs. Every 100 subs is appreciated. We're at a quarter of the way there to 200. Slowly grinding. The more I see people appreciating the content, the more effort I will put in. You know, we got ourselves a real job as well. We're working. We're grinding. Graham Gano, ready to kick off. The Houston Texans will receive the ball to start the game here. And let's go. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm jacked up. First quarter, I haven't been this jacked up for a first quarter in a while. Bye week does a lot of good. You get excited. You forget what your football team looks like. Maybe the Giants come out here and start throwing the pigskin around all over the place. Kick is in the air. Houston Texans will field it. Good return, a lot of space, and they will get all the way out to about the 39-yard line. So very good kick return to start the game for the Houston Texans. Davis Mills, the quarterback for the Houston Texans, is about to take the field. The 1-6-1 Houston Texans, they were blown out last Thursday by the Philadelphia Eagles. They did compete in that first half, and there was some the fight from the Houston Texans, so I am a little bit worried. Like, they will put up a fight today, despite being 1-6-1. But here we go. Jack Meyer, happy Sunday, buddy. Let's get it. Hopefully your Bills bounce back. I know it's been a rough week for you dealing with the Jets loss, but I hope they bounce back. It would be nice to get a win against Minnesota. That would be huge. First play, Davis Mills, play action, and he spikes the ball to his tight end in the flat, incomplete. Looking for O.J. Howard in the flat on 1st and 10, and Davis Mills, not a good start. Did not look comfortable on that play action. Looked very slow. O.J. Howard, the tight end out of Alabama, former first-round pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, now with Houston. Dameon Pierce is definitely the worry for the Giants. They got to shut down the run. They got to stuff Dameon Pierce. If he gets loose, then the Houston Texans will stay in this game. Mills in the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Dead last offense in the NFL, the Houston Texans. They hand it off to Pierce to the left side, and he goes nowhere. He is swallowed up by that Giants defensive line. Number 96. I don't even know who that guy is. Mondo. That guy is brand new. He hasn't played a game all season. Jihad Ward is also in on the stop, which he always is in the first drive of the game. Jihad Ward always makes a play first drive of the game. So 3rd and 11 here. Giants have a chance to get a 3-and-out right away. Would set the tone in this ball game. 14-13 on the clock in the first quarter. Early days here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. I know I am. Different pep in my step. Giants send pressure. Davis Mills flushed out. He's going to go down with a sack. The Giants with a dominant first drive. They sent pressure, and everybody gets home. Dexter Lawrence cleans it up, and it looks like Dexter Lawrence might get credit for that sack. What a shocking drive for Davis Mills. And I don't know if Davis Mills is going to make it through this game, folks. If we're just looking at this first drive, so number 27, Fabian Moreau, I think that is, gets sent on the blitz. Doesn't get home, but breaks up the play, and Dexter Lawrence finishes it off. Giants just dominated at the point of attack there on that first drive defensively. So very nice start for the New York Football Giants on defense. Texans punt away. Punt is in the air. Adoree Jackson returning punts now for the Giants after Richie James lost the job. Adoree will just catch the punt cleanly and just dance out of bounds after about a 2-yard gain. And here we go. Danny Jones takes the field for the first time in a couple of weeks. Let's see if this offense can get going throwing the football earlier. They are dead last in yards per game throwing the football. I mean, and some people want to point towards Daniel Jones. Yeah, maybe you can, maybe Patrick Mahomes or somebody makes more out of this offense. But that's not what he's being asked to do. He's been asked to win football games and not lose them, and that's what he's done so far. The Giants are 6-2. So let's see if he can do that today. If Daniel Jones plays a clean game based on what his defense just did, it should be it should be easy going for the Giants if they're able to run the football, control the clock, and play defense like they just did. Nick Gates goes in motion to the right side. They pull him in. Saquon to the right side gets stood up after about a 2-yard gain. Interesting play design there. They motion Nick Gates to the right side like an extra tight end. The tackle, Nick Gates, or offensive lineman Nick Gates, in motion. And he comes back, pulls, and creates a little hole for Saquon, but he gets stood up by a linebacker pretty easily there. 2nd and 7, they say. The handoff is to Barkley again. Makes the man miss and gets about 4 or 5. So it'll be 3rd and very short here for the Giants. 3rd and 2, we'll say. That's a good sign, honestly. If you're able to get to 3rd and short on your first 2 Barkley carries, that's a really good sign for the Giants. Kenny Golladay is on the field on this 3rd and short for the New York Giants. Let's see if they can get him involved today. It would be really nice to see him at least have a pulse based on how the Giants receivers have looked this year. He's got to be better than what they've had on the field. Jones in the shotgun. Keeps it himself. Easy pitch and catch to Wan'Dale Robinson. Little RPO. Jones keeps it and throws it to Wan'Dale Robinson in the flat for a first down, and the Giants get out to about midfield. Nice, simple play design there. Easy read for Daniel Jones in the flats to get a first down. Little pick play. Golladay gets up the field, clears his man out, and Wan'Dale Robinson in the flat gets a little extra yardage for a first down. Nice start to the game here for the Giants. Houston showing pressure. Jones rolls out right, just dumps it into Barkley in the flat, and Barkley will get about 7 or 8. So really 2 simple throws for Daniel Jones, resulting in positive yardage. Very nice start. And if you can't tell, I'm jacked up today. Usually Sundays, Saturday nights, you may go out, you may get a little crazy. Not last night. Last night we were in bed, we were resting, we were thinking about the Giants. We had the Giants on our brain. The pitch is to Barkley on 2nd and 2. Barkley gets upfield and gets stood up short of the first down marker. Not really a explosive run there from Saquon. It looked like he could have possibly put his shoulder down and gotten a first down there. That's one of those examples where he may be looking to break it and just needs to get a first down there. So 3rd and 1, it may be 4-down territory here for the New York Giants. Mike Kafka, the offensive coordinator, being shown here on CBS, upstairs, calling the plays for the Giants. 3rd and 1, got to get a first down here. Been going forward on every play, so let's see. Texans crowding the line of scrimmage. The handoff is to Barkley, who falls forward for a first down. Just gets enough to Saquon Barkley, but clearly gets a first down. And the Giants will move the chains. I mean, this is exactly what the New York Giants offense has looked like at its best so far this year. They're controlling the clock early, running the football, easy reads for Daniel Jones to pick up first downs on 3rd and short, not falling behind the sticks. Good start. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We are jacked up today. It is an electric Sunday. I have no reason to be down on this Sunday, so why should we? Barkley gets stood up in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss. Good penetration there from the Texans defense, and they look like they're just selling out for the run here. Giants are going to have to air it out soon. It looks like they're going to go to no huddle here. Up tempo for the Giants. Yeah, Lawrence Cager gets blown up. Jones going with a hard count. Texans loading up that box. They got about 8 to 9 men in that box right now. So the Giants cannot try to stop them from getting into field goal range. Play action. Jones steps up. Wide open is Darius Slayton over the middle. Darius Slayton makes a man miss. Still going. Slayton gets inside the 10, and it'll be 1st and goal, New York Giants. Woo! Wide open. I mean, you could not be more wide open than Darius Slayton was on this play right here. Great play action. The Giants hold the blitz up enough, and Slayton wide open over the middle of the field has his picking and terrible tackling from the Houston Texans there. Allows him to get a bunch of extra yardage, and the Giants have 1st and goal with something cooking here on the 6. On the 6. Let's go, baby. First drive is cooking right now. Jones on the 6, under center. Hands it off to Barkley. Barkley dancing. Gets to about the 2. Saquon's just got to start accelerating and putting his shoulder down. I know it's the Houston Texans. You don't want to come back and get hurt. Oh, we got a illegal formation. That's tough. Tough illegal formation call on first and goal, and that'll replay the down. 8:45 remaining first quarter. Illegal formation. Lawrence Cager, the tight end, not having a good start to this game. Volpe, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good Sunday. Why not, man? We got a full slate of NFL action today. The beauty of Sundays in the fall. Knicks are playing right now as well. As far as I'm concerned, they're not important. I think they gave up like 80 points to the Thunder in the first half. I don't even want to see it right now. We got Danny Jones, first and goal at the 11 now after the penalty. Barkley tries to cut to the outside. Can he make a man miss? No, he's arm fighting, and a good tackle in space from number 24 on the Houston Texans. Derek Stingley, the cornerback out of LSU. Really nice play on Saquon Barkley. Usually, Barkley doesn't look great today. I'm just going to be honest. First drive, he doesn't look stretched out, explosive. I think Saquon earlier this season might get to the corner there. But Derek Stingley's a good player. He's really one of the bright spots of this Houston Texans team in general. So, got to respect that. Good play from Derek Stingley on the outside. Second and goal for the Giants. They'll be at the Texans about 8. Play action to Jones. Dumps it out to Lawrence Cager in the flats, and Lawrence Cager will walk it into the end zone. What a drive from the New York Football Giants. That is how you start the day if you're the Giants. 3 and out, dominant defensive play, and then easy throws for Daniel Jones. They run the football with Saquon Barkley effectively. They take about 6 to 7 minutes off the clock, and they score a touchdown with their third to fourth string tight end, Lawrence Cager. Easy read in the flat for Jones on the play action. And that's the beauty of just when you establish that run game and you have the defense terrified of Saquon Barkley, and then you have an offensive coordinator as intelligent as Mike Kafka, who knows that, and he's just getting his quarterback easy reads, letting the defense react, and letting Daniel Jones make those simple reads into the flats on this drive. Very nice. 7-0 Giants. Let's put the score on the board. Let's make sure I got the right score first. Yes, sir. 7-0 Giants. You love to see it. The other game on right now in my local area is the Vikings and the Bills. And I think that's probably what most people would say is game of the week. You got the 6-2 Bills and the 7-1 Vikings. I thought the Bills were getting quite a few points. Given quite a few points in that game. I don't know if I really would have taken them from a gambling perspective. I think they could win. They are at home, and they're coming off a tough loss, which is why everyone's probably hammering them right now. But not really sure if that would be my gambling pick. I think I would take Minnesota in that one. Let's see. Around the league right now, the Giants' first drive, how much better can it get defensively, offensively? And, it's hard for me to get excited when this is the first I'm seeing the Houston Texans in a while, and they do not look good. They look like a team that is disjointed and does not want to try hard. So we'll see. It's the first quarter, first drive. The Vikings are up 7-0 on the Bills. So I swear I didn't know the score. Justin Jefferson scored a touchdown. The Bears are up 3-0 on the Lions. The Browns are up 7-0 on the Miami Dolphins. That's a good game right there as well. And that is all the scoring so far. If you missed earlier, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the first ever NFL game in Germany, defeating the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith. And I'm disappointed. Geno Smith played well. I thought he played really well. He had a tough fumble that kind of cost him the game. But other than that, he played really well. He's played really well all season long. Shout out to everybody joining us today. I appreciate it. Beautiful Sunday afternoon for football. The New York Giants just dominated on defense, dominated on offense. What more can you say? Everything was electric so far. And that's it. Easy reads for Daniel Jones. The defense is dominating that Houston Texans offensive line. Davis Mills, I'm not sure if he's going to make it through the game. So 7-2 could be on the horizon here. I don't want to get ahead of myself. First quarter, both teams only had one possession. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. If you're just joining us for the first time, I truly appreciate it. We are an upstart New York sports channel. Mikey Hot Takes is the name. Don't wear it out. But actually, you can wear it out all you want. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to wear it out. The Texans' opening drive was 3 plays, negative 13 yards. And the Giants' play was 10 plays. Giants' drive was 10 plays, 73 yards. So Tail of the tape so far, absolutely dominant so far from the New York Giants. The kick is up. I mean, the kickoff is up in the air, and it will go through the end zone for a touchback. 7:51 remaining first quarter. Davis Mills will come out for his second drive of the game. And you have to think it's going to go better than that first drive where they lost 13 yards. Something to be said about if you go to your local deli and just get a black, low, small coffee, it hits different. Something about it. And if you drink coffee with creamer, I mean, listen, I used to do that when I was 12 maybe, but if you're drinking hot coffee, you should be drinking it black at this point. I'm assuming we're adults here. If you're a child, maybe you start with creamer. You take the training wheels off when you get to about college, all right? Handoff on 1st and 10. Pitch to Dameon Pierce, and Leonard Williams scoffs it up. Giants' run defense is looking stout. Their defensive line is getting great penetration, and they look very well rested coming off that bye week. Double down, baby. Jack, the Vols killed us last week. Davis Mills, 2nd and 10. Texans yet to go forward. Play action. Mills completes to the left side, and that's the best play of the game so far for the Houston Texans. They'll pick up 5 yards on 2nd and 10 to Nico Collins, the receiver, and it'll be 3rd and 5. No whiskey in the coffee, but we do have somebody on deck. Aaron Judge is on deck. We got LeMahieu leading off. We got Judge on deck, okay? And I'm a Mets fan, but the tall boy is on deck, so I had to use a Judge reference. 3rd and 5, Davis Mills. This would be a nice statement for the Giants if they get 2 3-and-outs. Leonard Williams almost jumps offside. He gets back before the snap. 3rd and 5. Let's see it. Mills in the shotgun. Drops back. Looking for the back shoulder. Good defense. Are they going to throw a flag on Fabian Moreau there? They do not. Excellent defense by Fabian Moreau one-on-one. Davis Mills just trying to loft one up to Nico Collins. I mean, I definitely think that could have been PI. I'm sorry. I'm not a... 1st and 10 first quarter against the Houston Texans, maybe in the fourth quarter I would have said no call. But right now, I'm not a hater. I think that if I was a Texans fan, I would have wanted that as PI. But you know what? We move, no call. The Texans will punt again. Adoree Jackson fields his second punt in 2 drives, and he'll call for a fair catch around the 23. So that's where the Giants will have it, at their own 23-yard line. Davis Mills has run 6 plays so far and gotten off the field as quickly as possible. Daniel Jones looking good, coming back out there in a second. We'll flip over to the Minnesota Vikings at Buffalo Bills, and it's 7-7. Devin Singletary looks like he got in the end zone in that game. So that's the game of the day. I mean, without a doubt, if you're neutral and you know your team may not be playing in the 1 o'clock hour, that's the game you want to watch. But I hope you're here with us because you're a Giants fan and you want to watch the New York Football Giants actually lay the smacketh down on the Houston Texans. And that's what's happened so far. That is what has happened so far. Just like a 10 out of 10 fall Sunday right now. That's how I feel. That's why, you could sense it. You could sense it. Maybe previous streams, energy was low. We might have had a long night the night before, and we're grinding through the stream. Right now, we feel great. It's not just because we're playing the Houston Texans, all right? It's not just because of that. We could be playing, the Dallas Cowboys right now on Monday Night Football, which is like an automatic L, and I would still be this excited. I don't know why. Just one of those days. I saw Black Panther 2 for the second time last night. Not on purpose, just one of those things, You see it once and then somebody else goes, you want to see it? I'm like, yeah, I would see that again. Highly recommend if you're into that stuff. If you're into movies in general, definitely go see it. Very good movie. But yeah, Daniel Jones about to come back out on the field for the second drive. And if they score here, then we're cruising. Then we're having a party. We're doing the fiesta the rest of the day. 14-zip with this Giants defense, the way they look so far. You have to like your chances. 7-2. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I really don't want to get ahead of myself. 7-2 is outrageous. You wouldn't have gotten me to bet on that in a million years. Maybe I'm a pessimist, but I don't know. this New York Giants team is certainly not 7-2 talented before the season if you're just going off of that. Side note, I think this is Fox that I'm still on. They're showing this Mike Piazza TV show where he's like jumping out of helicopters and stuff. I don't know what it is, but they got me on Mike Piazza jumping out of a helicopter. They got me. I'll watch. I'll tune in. Beautiful shots of the greatest city in the world, New York City, on CBS. Coach Daboll is decked in the camo. Just looks swagged out. He just looks so comfortable, Brian Daboll. 1st and 10 for Daniel Jones in this New York Giants offense. They hand it off to Barkley, who has stood up after about 1 yard. So very ineffective run play for the Giants there. They show Barkley as if he's like shaken up on the play, but he will stay out on the field. Jones under center. Giants going up tempo again. Play action. Looks to get in the flat again. Throws across his body, and it's dropped by Kenny Golladay. Got to make that catch. Got to make that catch, Kenny Golladay. I mean, Daniel Jones throwing across his body. Like, what's wrong with this throw? Maybe a foot ahead of him. Lay out, make the catch. Golladay just never makes a play for Jones. He just never makes a play for him. Texans look like they got the play scouted at the line of scrimmage. They call something out. Jones also sees something. Looks to call something out to his receivers. 5 seconds on the play clock. 3rd and 9 for Daniel Jones here. Gets the snap off. Jones steps up to run, and he is tackled short of the first down. Gets about 5 yards, but Blake Cashman, the speedy linebacker, tracks him down. Blake Cashman is always a Madden guy. I always draft him in Madden or sign him in Madden. He's just a fast linebacker. Chases down Daniel Jones from behind. Kind of a scary play there. Jones kind of like his head hit the turf. 4th and 4. Giants are going to punt. The Scottish Hammer, Jamie Gilliam, comes out to punt. And the Texans defense does respond there. They got good pressure on Jones, forced him to run it. Great coverage on the punt. The ball is out. The ball is out. I don't know. It looks like they might have ruled him down before the ball came loose. I think that they ruled him down by contact. Looks like Daboll and company are going to... Daboll's got the challenge flag in his hand. Looks like he's throwing that thing. So we're going to have a challenge. The Giants might have had another fumble recovery on a muff punt or a fumbled punt return. Not necessarily a muff. We're seeing this a lot, a munt. We should start calling that now. We should start making that the nickname, the munt return. It's like a muffed punt return where you don't necessarily muff the punt. You field it, but then you take like 2 steps, and the first contact you make, you drop the ball. You fumble it. So we might have that situation right now. Oh, my God. What a crazy that was a sick. We flipped over to Buffalo, Minnesota, and it was a sick punt return attempt from Naheem Hines on Buffalo. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Mikey Hot Takes, okay? That lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content, that I should do more of these streams. Because trust me, I love doing them, don't get me wrong, but it's for the people. I like hanging out with you guys, getting your guys' opinion on the games, chatting it up, talking it out. So that's why we're doing it today. In other news, the New York Knicks are losing at home to the Oklahoma City Thunder by 9 points. So that's not good. Don't like that. They're making me sick. I was at the game Friday night. If you couldn't tell, picked up this sweet towel. It was Kith night. Pretty cool promotion at Madison Square Garden, but nevertheless, the Knicks are abysmal right now. All right, so we'll see on this punt return if it will be a fumble. I did not see a replay. CBS, terrible job, did not show a replay before going to break. So they are currently showing Equalizer ads starring Queen Latifah. And then we will figure that out in a second if this punt returner for Houston actually did cough it up before he hit the ground. The ruling was down by contact, but it looked like Brian Daboll was throwing that red challenge flag before they headed to break. Let me know what you guys think. I've been thinking we got a World Cup coming up. Big soccer fan here. Should we be doing some USA soccer streams? Could be a vibe. Could be an idea. Get a little patriotism on the chat. Let's go USA. They're showing Lovie Smith he has an elite beard, Lovie Smith. I mean, that beard is salt and pepper. Yeah, Jack, what is going on here? The Giants are on CBS and the Bills are on Fox. And the Giants are at home, so you would think they would be on Fox, and the Bills are at home, you would think they'd be on CBS. It's got me thrown out of whack. It's got me all balled up here. Davis Mills, short throw to the left, and he spikes it. Brandon Cook's unable to grab it. Davis Mills has no arm strength. I mean, they have to tank for a quarterback, Houston. They have to. I wanted to like Davis Mills, too. I always have a thing for those quarterbacks that get a shot, and they're better than what people think, a la Daniel Jones. That's why he's my guy. Nobody loved him. Nobody liked him. Nobody wanted him. We got him. We'll take him. That's a guy you go to war with. I wanted Davis Mills to kind of be a version of that for Houston, but he just looks bad. Not athletic enough. 2nd and 10, the Texans just feebly hand it off, and the Giants stuff it. This defense is ready for everything the Houston Texans are throwing at them so far. Jalen Smith in on the play, as well as Micah McFadden. We're going to crack open their first BL today. And by the way, Kadarius Toney has a touchdown for the Kansas City Chiefs. That is his first NFL touchdown, Giants fans. So breaking news, Kadarius Toney, touchdown. And if you didn't know, if you don't follow me on Twitter, what are you doing? Make sure you follow me on Twitter. When I'm not on YouTube, that's what I'm doing, posting stuff on Twitter. But I said when Kadarius Toney was traded, as many people probably did, that the guy's going to have a great career in Kansas City, and he is. Giants send heat. Texans just get it out in the flats, and Adoree Jackson makes the tackle 5 yards short of the sticks. Great defense from the Giants. They send pressure, force Davis Mills to get rid of it quickly, and in doing so, they were able to play their receivers short of the sticks. Adoree Jackson is just very fundamentally sound, and the Houston Texans are going to punt again. So star of the game so far is certainly the Giants defense. Definitely playing their ass off to start. Wild punt. Adoree Jackson fields it off of a hop. Tries to go forward with it. Just will dive down at the 30. And you could tell Adoree Jackson's probably the best pure fielder of punts on the Giants team. But he's also been instructed not to get hurt, not to fumble the football. So he's kind of just taking it easy on these punt returns. Especially, why wouldn't you when you see how the Houston Texans are moving the ball on offense? The Houston Texans are going to have to either make a change at quarterback today and put in whoever their backup is, who I'm not actually sure. Let's look this up. It must be someone horrible. Houston Texans backup QB. Is it A.J. McCarron? Everyone says Kyle Allen. Let's look at the depth chart. Houston. I think Kyle Allen probably plays better than Davis Mills right now. I'd be more afraid of him. Yeah, it's Kyle Allen, who's started some games in the NFL for the Carolina Panthers. But I don't know if he's the answer either, to be honest with you. Quarterback out of Houston. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Subscribe. I know it's annoying. I hate when people just beat that down your throat. But most of those people that are saying that have way more subscribers than me right now. So I'm saying that truthfully. I truly need your support. Those people are just Those people are just adding on their support. They already have plenty of it. I'm asking for it. Cheers to everybody on this Sunday. I hope you guys are having a nice day. beautiful fall day as far as I'm concerned. There's no type of weather I like more than a nice chilly but not too cold Sunday. Not rainy, no snow. Feels like fall. Let's get it. Fantasy team. I added Geno because I have Joe Burrow, and Geno played pretty well today. Other than that, not really much going on fantasy-wise so far. Giants will have the ball back at their own 20-yard line or 30-yard line, I think. Got to get points on this drive. Let's create some distance. The way Houston is moving the football, it looks like if you go up a couple scores in this game, you could really run away with it, put a big number on the board, which would be really good for this Giants team in general, just to look dominant, put together a comprehensive performance where you don't go saying like, hey, they're just kind of scrapping it out. Go out there and just dominate a worse football team like you should today, and everyone will be happy. So Daniel Jones gets back out there, brings the offense under center to start. They've started the last two drives by giving it to Barkley. Let's see if they start out throwing here. They do. Jones just dumps it out to Tanner Hudson, who can't make the catch. Play was kind of blown up. Jones had pressure in his face, tried to get it out to the flat, and couldn't make the play. Tanner Hudson. Not like he would have had much to do there anyway. Yeah, Mahomes just dumps it out to Kadarius Toney in the flats, and he's wide open. That's how they scored. 2nd and 10 here after the incomplete pass. Jones play action. Steps up and completes to Kenny Galladay. No, that wasn't even Kenny Galladay. It's Isaiah Hodgins. They just picked him up this week during the bye week from the Buffalo Bills, and he makes his first catch as a New York Giant. Really nice throw from Daniel Jones there. He got slapped in the head. No call. And he completes over the middle to Isaiah Hodgins for a nice first down. Handoff is to Barkley, who runs hard and gets about 4 before getting piled up. But that was his most explosive run so far, in that he was put his shoulder down, was looking to make someone make a play instead of dancing in the backfield. Second and 6, Jones under center, Barkley in the backfield again. They have trips left. Handoff is to Barkley. He's got room on the counter. And he'll get taken out beyond the first down marker. So Saquon Barkley picks up a first down. They are into Houston Texans territory. Would love at least a field goal on this drive. Obviously, you love a touchdown. But got to have a field goal on this drive. Can't let Houston hang around, think that they have a chance, and that let their defense gain confidence. Jones in the shotgun. They motion Chris Myrick into the backfield as the H-back. Handoff is to Barkley again, who gets about 3. Establishing that run game are the Giants. They're not going to lose today without getting Saquon his adequate amount of touches, which is admirable, which is exactly what you want to see. Jones play action. Takes it himself and gets about 5 or 6. What a nice little fake pass there from Daniel Jones. He was rolling out right. Didn't like what he saw down the field. Just kind of faked out the guy right in front of him and is able to get out of bounds after getting about 4 or 5. Third and 2 for the New York Giants here. Got to convert here. I have a feeling they're going to run the football. We'll see. They do. Barkley is stopped short. They're going for it. Brian Dable, no hesitation, saying let's go for it. 4th and 1. Definitely in a good area of the field here where you can go for it. You're kind of in between a punt and a long field goal early in the game. Up 7-0. Offense is moving the ball pretty well, especially on the ground. At least in picking up positive yardage. You have to be worried that Daniel Jones is going to sneak it here if you're Houston. Looks like Jones is not going to snap it here. He does have a second to play with before the quarter ends, and he will let the quarter end. And it is going to be 7-0 going into the second quarter. Solid start to the day for the New York Giants. Gotta put points on the board here if you're on this drive. Like 4th and 1, second quarter, only up 7 still. It only takes one play to flip the game on its edge. So have to make it a 2-score game on this drive. You get a first down here, there's a pretty good chance you'll at least get in Graham Gano range. It's snowing in Buffalo and Josh Allen looks healthy as ever. Yeah, what was all the speculation? Everyone was kind of making excuses for him, huh? That he was hurt. And that's why he wasn't playing well against the Jets. That's kind of lame. Let's be honest, Jack. I know you're a diehard Bills guy. And the Bills are elite. They are one of the favorites to go deep into the postseason. No doubt about it. But you lost one game to the Jets. Let's not start making excuses. Let's not make too many excuses for Josh Allen. He's thrown 4 picks in 2 games, and then all of a sudden he's injured. I'm sorry. Can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. He can't be an MVP candidate, and then once he throws 2 picks, he's hurt. This 4th and 1 play is going to be huge. It's 14-7 Buffalo, by the way. That's going to be such a good game. Like it already is, it looks like, but it's going to be such a good game. Low-key could be a Super Bowl matchup. Buffalo, Minnesota. Could be. It's not one most people would be like, yep. Not really 2 franchises that you expect to make it to the Super Bowl often. But this year, they're looking like 2 of the better teams in their conferences. No doubt about it. I hate to say this, Giants fans, and if you're watching, if you happen to be a Cowboy fan and you're watching, I got to be honest. I'm a little bit worried about how good Dallas could be. They're just so good on the defensive line. It just like dominates so many games. It's not just Micah Parsons, by the way. I hate how everyone just gives all the credit to Micah Parsons, why Dallas's defense is so good. Obviously, he's a matchup nightmare, all that stuff. But DeMarcus Lawrence, you should be double teaming DeMarcus Lawrence as well. If they didn't have Micah Parsons, you should also be double teaming him because he could wreck a game. All right, here we go. 4th and 1, huge play for momentum early in the second quarter, start of the second quarter. Here we go, 4th and 1. Can't run a sneak here. It doesn't look like a sneakable. They do. And they get it. Oh, no. They don't. False start. False start on the Giants. They moved too early on the QB sneak. That's really tough. The left tackle, Anderson. Dayball is furious. Now they're going to punt. Yeah, I saw Tony has his first NFL touchdown. He was wide open. Jack. But he's going to be a stud. I said to everyone who would listen to me, at the minute he got traded to the Chiefs, add him in fantasy, start thinking about starting him. Because every time, like, the thing about Tony is every time he can catch the ball in the backfield and he'll still get 3 to 4 yards. Like, he's automatically making 1 or 2 guys miss, and Mahomes is just going to feed him the rock. The Scottish Hammer punts the ball into the end zone. Giants were forced to punt after that 4th and 1 was pushed back from the false start, and Brian Daboll is furious. with number 77, Anderson. Don't even know who that guy is. That guy might get cut. Jeez. Dayball is heated. As he should be. I mean, there's no reason. If they get stuffed there, no big deal. But, it is a big deal, but, you live with it. The fact that this guy cheated them out of a 4th and 1, where they probably would have converted anyway, because he's the left tackle. They got good push. Dayball is furious. Dude, Brian Dayball is great, man. He is chewing out this random left tackle that just played. I don't even know who that guy is. I guess he's Evan Neal's replacement for the injury. Handoff is to Dameon Pierce, and that is the Houston Texans' biggest play of the game. Dameon Pierce gets about 11 or 12 on first down. And maybe that is the momentum the Houston Texans needed. Nice little cutback, good hole opened up from the Texans' offensive line there. Dameon Pierce falls forward for 11 to 12. Texans on their own 32-yard line. Call it the 31 and a half. Handoff is to Pierce, and he pushes the pile forward for another 6 or 7 on first down. So, 2 best plays of the game from the Houston Texans offense. 2 runs in a row from Dameon Pierce. Coach Dayball is beside himself right now. You got to just stop the run here and make Davis Mills throw it 30 times. Let's be honest. Handoff is to Pierce again, and he's got a huge hole. Dameon Pierce could be gone. He could be going all the way. He's not, but a huge gain from Dameon Pierce, and he is starting to pick up steam. The Texans are now in field goal range. Huge run. Horrible run defense from the Giants. Julian Love is able to chase down Dameon Pierce before getting to the house. But this guy's a nice, good young running back, man. Like, this guy is one of the better young running backs in the NFL for sure. He now has 6. He's now averaging 10 yards a carry after that. They throw a screen to Brandon Cooks, and they get about a yard. Really disappointing turn of events here. Like I just said, all they have to do today is stuff the run, stop Dameon Pierce, make Davis Mills throw it 30 times. Like, he's spiking the ball 10 yards short of his receivers, and yet the Giants giving up big run plays on this drive. 2nd and 9 inside the 20 for Houston. Red zone offense. Handoff is to Dameon Pierce, and he is swallowed up by Dexter Lawrence in the backfield. About a yard loss. So we'll have a 3rd and 9. We'll see how conservative Houston plays it here. Dameon Pierce sits down, which as a Giant fan you got to love. Don't want to see him on the field too much longer after he just pretty much carried them up the field on 3 consecutive handoffs to get into field goal range. 3rd and 9. Got to get a stop here. Can't give up a touchdown on this drive. Momentum shift would be huge. Giants have a lot of men at the line of scrimmage right now. Davis Mills slings it out wide. Incomplete. Adoree Jackson makes a really nice play on the football and dances on him. Adoree hits him with one of these. Davis Mills is throwing a lollipop out there. I mean, he has no arm strength. I'm sorry. He is throwing lollipops. Not that they would have converted on that. I don't know. But if he gets the ball out quicker or at least throws it with a little bit more zip, his receiver would have had a chance to get out and make a play. Now, Kaimi Fairbairn is out to kick the field goal, and he will just squeeze it through to make it 7-3. So really, 3 rush plays from Dameon Pierce get the Houston Texans into field goal range, and they convert a field goal from 38 yards. Something to note there, Kaimi Fairbairn did not look very comfortable from 38 yards. That just squeaked through the uprights. So if this game were to stay close or get even closer down the stretch, something to worry about if I'm a Texans fan. I don't think Kaimi Fairbairn is automatic. I haven't watched him so much this year, but who knows. 7-3. The offense will have to respond for the Giants. The Knicks are getting blown out by the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is embarrassing, so that's good. Thank God they're playing a matinee tonight for the New York Knicks, and I did not focus my energy on watching them today because, oh my goodness gracious, they are getting blown out at home by a bunch of AAU players who are 19 and 20 on Oklahoma City. Tough look. If you're just joining us for a second, make sure you are subscribed to Mikey Hot Takes. We are going to be bringing you more content in the future. The wheels are always turning. Right now, we're focusing on the live streams and the Giant games. I feel like that's the most organic and long-form content I can bring you week to week at this moment. But as certain things come to mind, we will try to get more content out there. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button so other people find the stream. We really appreciate that. And by we, I mean me. Act like I have some team behind me, but no. It's just me, guys. It's just me. Jericho Sims fouling. Nice to see. Oh. This game could be over already. The Giants could have already had this on ice. They jump offside, false start on a 4th and 1 play, push them back, force them to punt, and then, a couple of bad run defense plays, and Dameon Pierce carries Houston up the field for a field goal. Let's see if Saquon Barkley can break a run in this game. I mean, he's been getting stifled. He's going forward, Saquon, but he has not broken that big run yet where you see him get to the second level and start to let the wheels turn a little bit. Fairbairn struggling to keep the ball in the stand here for the kickoff. The kick is in the air. And Gary Brightwell will take it for a touchback. So the Giants will have it at their own 25. I'd like to see them come out throwing the ball a little bit. Have a little bit of confidence in Daniel Jones to make a play and assert dominance in the game. You're just still playing that very conservative game plan. Most of Jones' throws down the field have been pretty accurate so far today, even though he hasn't been asked to do it much. Saquon, handoff to the left on 1st and 10, and he gets about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. You like to see Saquon, he's getting tripped up a little bit too easily in the backfield for my liking right now, for Saquon. But he is going forward. He is getting positive yardage, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to dominate the time of possession and play this type of game plan the New York Giants have played so far this season. 2nd and 6. 12 carries already so far for Saquon. And there's another. They hand it off to him to the right, and he has a hole. He's going to the second level. There we go. That is what we've been waiting to see. If you're the New York Giants, Saquon getting the burners going and gets into the secondary not deep, but into Houston territory, just like that after 2 carries. 13 carries already for Saquon, and we have about 10 minutes left in the second quarter. So the game plan is very, very obvious for the Giants. They're going to try to dominate this in the trenches, handing it off to Barkley. And if you had Saquon in fantasy this week, definitely can't complain so far with his workload. Jones again to Barkley. Barkley dances, makes a man miss, and gets about 8 or 9. So here we go. Perhaps that Texans defense starting to get a little bit undisciplined, starting to get a little bit antsy, and Saquon starting to find his footing a little bit. Texans have struggled against running backs this year. Derrick Henry had 219. Josh Jacobs had 143. Saquon on 2nd and 2, and he will only get a yard here, so they will have to convert another 3rd and short. Third and 1, got to convert. Let's see if they go with the sneak again or if they just give it to Saquon. They do give it to Saquon, who gets a first down. It is not Saquon, it's Matt Breida, who explodes forward for a first down. Very nice. The Giants are just punching it down the Texans' throat. They are not throwing the football at all so far in this drive. It's been 3 carries for Barkley, 1 carry for Breida, and the Giants are near the red zone here. So simple and plain. Not asking Daniel Jones to do too much, not asking these receivers to do too much, but they are asking Saquon Barkley and this offensive line to do a bunch. Matt Breida is in the backfield to his right. He'll stay on the field. Barkley will get a little bit of a rest. Wan'Dale Robinson comes into the backfield in motion, and he'll take a handoff, his first carry of the season, and he's going nowhere. Wan'Dale Robinson goes backwards. He is going backwards, and he loses about 4 or 5 on that play. That is a terrible play. Wan'Dale Robinson, not a natural running back. Gadget play. They give it to him. The defense had it ready, and Robinson tried to make something out of nothing there and turned it into a mess. A normal running back probably just takes his losses there, dives forward for a couple of yards. Wan'Dale tried to cut it back around the opposite field like an Odell Beckham type of run or even a Saquon Barkley type of run. Just doesn't have that type of speed. So it's 2nd and 15. Saquon's still getting a breather here. Giants are at the Texan 32, so distant field goal range, but definitely an attempt for Graham Gano. They hand it off to Breida on 2nd and 15, and they go nowhere. And that's the first example of just like a play call that I don't like. I just don't like that play call. 2nd and 15, you hand it off to Matt Breida, your second running back. I know you're just trying to get a couple of yards there to make it 3rd and manageable, but now 3rd and 15, what are you going to do? Your playbook is limited here at 3rd and 15. Texans are definitely going to bring some heat. It looks like they do. And they get to Daniel Jones. Terrible. Terrible last 2 plays of this drive. Not sure what the Giants are doing. They may have to punt this. They probably will. Offensive line not ready for the blitz there. Tough sack to take if you're Daniel Jones, but really nothing for him to do there. The rush got to him so quickly. I'm just not sure what he could have done. Really, the problem on that drive for me is the 2nd and 15 handoff. And the last 3 plays of that drive, the handoff to Wan'Dale ruined the drive. Then they give it to Breida on 2nd and 15, which is super conservative when you're trying to score and you're near the red zone. And then a terrible punt takes a Texans bounce, and they'll have it at the 24 or 25-yard line. So the Giants are just leaving points out on the field right now. Brian Daboll is not happy. And I do not blame him. This game should be on ice already. They've made some stupid mistakes. Not really finishing their food after that first drive. Kirk Cousins almost just threw a pick, but it looks like it'll be offensive pass interference. Hawkinson saved a pick. Yeah, the Knicks are dead, Ray. Don't worry about them. Just blow it up. Not watching. Don't care. Do not care. The Knicks can only beat the Detroit Pistons. Need to see somebody make a play for the Giants. Like, they're just playing so conservatively. They're making mistakes at key moments early in the game. They're letting Houston hang around. Make sure you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button if you're just popping in for a second. If you haven't already, I really appreciate. We're growing the channel. New York Knicks struggling. New York Giants not. They're playing with their food right now, the New York Giants, and they can get hurt. This is like a situation. I'm scared right now. I'm scared of how the New York Giants are playing. I'm scared of how conservative the game plan is. Houston Texans are sending a lot of pressure on those pass plays, those drop back passes whenever it's 3rd and long. The handoff is to Dameon Pierce, who will get swallowed up after about a 2 to 3 yard gain. And I cannot emphasize this enough. The Giants just need to sell out for the run. It's easy to say that in most NFL games, most football games. Stop the run, you can win the game. This is really an example of stop the run, win the game. It's 3rd and 2 here for the Houston Texans. Brian Daboll is beside himself this whole first half. Huge play here. 3rd and 2. They pitch it to Pierce, and he's going to get a first down. He hurdles for the first down. This guy's a good running back, man. That's one thing the Houston Texans will not have to worry about moving forward. Darnay Holmes shaken up on the play. He looks like he got hit in the head. 1st and 10. 4 minutes remaining second quarter. Davis Mills under center. These are two teams that just don't want to throw the football. Mills goes down. No, he doesn't. He tries to get rid of it. He flips it to Dameon Pierce. And they'll say incomplete. Wow. Davis Mills somehow threw the football while he was getting wrapped up. Salvages a sack. Dexter Lawrence would have had his second of the day. Come on. 2nd and 10. 3:49 remaining. Davis Mills is 4 of 9 for 16 yards, and the Texans are in the game. That is not a good sign. Not that he's really going to get hot, because he looks horrible right now. He does not look like an NFL quarterback, I'm sorry to say. But they can't stop the run enough to get off the field. They dump it off to the running back, who's swallowed up short of the line of scrimmage. And there is a flag on the play. Offside on Jihad Ward. Brian Daboll will be furious at that as well. I'm not worried. I'm not panicking, but it's just not. It's not a comprehensive first half at all from the Giants. Other than the first drive on defense and the first drive on offense, they have struggled mightily to make key plays at key times. Handoff is to Dameon Pierce on 2nd and 5, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So we will have 3rd and 5. And that's really it. That's really all the Giants need to do. Anytime Davis Mills is going to drop back to pass, he's going to get rid of the ball so quickly. You just have to play decent man coverage and hope that nobody burns you from the Texans on the outside. And Brandon Cooks is really that main option. It looks like Dameon Pierce might have got tripped up by Davis Mills on that handoff. I don't know. 3rd and 4. 5 seconds remaining on the play clock. Mills in the shotgun. He has trips to his left. Giants bring pressure. It's a good run. Oh, stuffed. And the Giants get a stop on 3rd and short. Leonard Williams stuffs the run. I thought there was a hole there for Houston on the run play. It was not Dameon Pierce. I think it was Ogunbowale, their backup. And they will punt. And it looks like Richie James is back to return the punt. Oh boy, oh boy. James will let it bounce. And it takes a great Texans hop to the 3-yard line. So the Giants are going to be backed up all the way on their own end for the 2-minute drill. 2:10 remaining, 2nd quarter from East Rutherford. The Giants do get the ball to start the second half. I would like to see them try to run a 2-minute drill here, obviously, and get some points on the board. The Knicks are horrendous. Holy crap. Oh boy, oh boy. I need the Giants to start blocking and throwing the ball quick and getting some quick throws. Like, they're not throwing the ball at all. They're just refusing to throw the football. Brutal. Knicks getting blown out. New York Giants struggling on offense. That being said, you score a touchdown on this drive with 2:10 remaining, or even if you get a field goal and then you get the ball back next to half, we'll be okay. Just you'd like to see this offense keep some momentum from that first drive, and it certainly has dried up after that first drive where they were moving the ball however they wanted. Let's go. Let's go. I want to see Daniel Jones dropping it back, throwing the football. He's 5 of 7 for 77 yards and a touchdown. So he's only thrown the ball 7 times in this whole first half so far. Saquon is 15 for 65, 4.3 yards per carry, excuse me. Darius Slayton has 1 big catch for 36. Isaiah Hodgkins has 1 catch for 15 yards. And other than that, the Lawrence Cager touchdown has been the difference on that little RPO flat read from Daniel Jones. Just drops it out to Lawrence Cager, the backup tight. It looks like the main receiving tight end at this point. The Giants are the worst first half scoring team in the NFL so far. So a couple of ways of looking at that. You could look at that saying, they've only scored 7 this half, and they're winning, so that's good. You could also look at it like, hey, how good could they be if they actually decided to try in the first half? A false start on Tyree Phillips, and the Giants are just killing themselves with penalties today. Giants in safety zone right here. Cannot take a safety. Cannot take a safety. They're on their own 1 yard line. They hand it off to Barkley, who gets a couple of yards, gets them some space. At least the 2 yards that they just lost from Tyree Phillips getting that false start. We'll get a 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning here. And they'll have 2nd and 8 deep in their own territory. We'll see how conservative they decide to be. I'm imagining pretty conservative based on how much pressure Houston has been sending and how it's been getting home pretty easily. So the Knicks are a joke. Like, side note, the Knicks are a joke. They're down 18 to the Oklahoma City Thunder at home. They've given up 133 points with 7 minutes remaining. That's just laughable. That's just not caring about team defense. Many guys not playing good defense. I mean, I'd have to think. I think the Giants are just going to run the football here and just kill out the clock. I don't see them. Like, that's part of the issue with the Giants. Like, they never have a chance in a 2-minute drill anymore. Their chances are always they need like 6 minutes to score a touchdown, and that's just never gonna translate at the highest level in the NFL. Did I even? Yeah, I did. Okay. Just making sure I added the Texans field goal. Forgot about that. All right, so we're back from break. 2 minutes remaining, second quarter. Let's see if the Giants can try to push it and get into field goal range. They have all three of their timeouts. They are very deep in their own territory here, so that is the issue. It's 2nd and 9 from their own 2-yard line. Handoff is to Saquon, who gets about 8 on 2nd and 9. So a really good run. Third and 2. Houston will burn a timeout here to try to see if they can get the football back in good field position, try to get a field goal if the Giants are unable to convert here. Saquon Barkley has more yards than the rest of the Giants' entire team. 1 minute, 50-second remaining, second quarter. 3rd and 2, Giants at their own 9-yard line. Jones runs to his left. There is a flag on the play in the secondary. Defensive holding on Desmond King. And the Giants will pick up a first down off that. Oh, he just threw Darius Slayton to the ground. Good call there by the official. Very obvious. Terrible decision from Desmond King. They probably would have got off the field because they did have that play scouted. Jones had nowhere to go with the football. His options were all to his left, and nobody was open. 1st and 10, a minute 45 remaining. Giants have all three of their timeouts. They're on their own 11, though, so we'll see what they do. Jones throws it out to Darius Slayton for a completion, 6-yard gain, and he gets right out of bounds. So nice little quick pitch and catch for a first down for Darius Slayton, working on Derek Stingley Jr. Second and 5, minute 41. Jones, Galladay drops the ball right over the middle. What is he doing? Everyone is furious, man. Everyone at Metlife is furious. He hits him right in the hands. Kenny Galladay has 2 drops already in this football game. He is horrible. Kenny Galladay stinks. Oh my God, he's They ruled Tanner Hudson short. He's unable to fight for the extra yardage. He comes very close. I think he's short. Kenny Galladay ruins another drive. Kenny Galladay has ruined another drive. I'm furious. Man, Kenny Golladay sucks. Kenny Golladay sucks, man. I don't want to hear it. I make that catch, yo. Everybody in this chat makes that catch. Kenny Golladay sucks. We could have got a field goal on this drive if he makes that catch. Now he sucks. He literally sucks. I have nothing else to say. No nice things to say. Nothing exciting to say about Kenny Golladay that nobody else will say. He stinks. He's horrendous. He's one of the worst football players in the NFL. Not even a lie, no exaggeration, no joke, no cap, whatever you want to say. Nothing. Kenny Golladay is one of the worst players in the NFL. And that's that. He's the worst receiver in the NFL. He's the most overpaid receiver in the NFL. And listen, I wanted Kenny Golladay before he became a New York Giant because I had no idea the guy sucked this bad. There's no tape from him in Detroit of him sucking this bad. He used to make plays. He used to actually make catches, contested catches. Now he can't even make uncontested catches. Wide open over the middle, and he drops it. Wide open over the middle, and he drops it for a first down. Furious, man. Like, this sucks. Kenny Golladay stinks. Thanks, Jack. Kenny Golladay is the worst NFL player in the league. The Giants will get the ball to start the second half. If they give up points here in the next minute, Houston has one timeout and they have it at their own 30. If they give up points in the next minute, this game could be a loss, man. I mean, Davis Mills has 19 yards passing, and the Texans are in the football game. Mills scrambles to his right, throws it out of bounds. He stinks, man. Davis Mills. If Kenny Golladay didn't exist, Davis Mills might be one of the worst starters in the NFL. Kenny Golladay. It doesn't make sense to me that Kenny Golladay can't catch a football. He gets paid $19 million a year. He's wide open. Golladay is wide open, dude. Davis Mills. Screen pass. Dumps it off to Rex Burkhead, who gets out of bounds near the 50. 48 seconds remaining. Burkhead picks up a first. Houston has a timeout. They're cooking with gas right now. I swear to God, if Houston gets a field goal, just bet on Houston to win the game. Because they're just playing better situational football than the Giants today, despite having no passing game whatsoever. Mills to his left. Dude, Davis Mills is literally 5 yards short on all of his throws. All of his throws. He just threw an incomplete pass. Guy was open. Nico Collins just bounces it at his feet. Like, there's just nothing you could do about it. I mean, nope. It looks like he did get his hand hit by Dexter Lawrence on that throw, so maybe you give him a little bit of a benefit of the doubt on that one, but yikes. 2nd and 10, Mills in the shotgun. Maybe you get a pick 6 here from Davis Mills. That might be your best chance. He just drops back, slings it to Brandon Cooks, gets out of bounds, short of the first down marker, but he does stop the clock. It'll be 3rd and 5. The Miami Dolphins are beating up the Cleveland Browns 19 to 7, it looks like, is looking at what I just saw. Denver's beating Tennessee 7-0. It looks like another dead football game. Nothing going on in that one. 3rd and 4. The target field goal line is about 7 or 8 yards. It looks like Houston might have a false start here, which could effectively end their drive. And they do have a false start, so they will back them up 5 yards for a 3rd and 9, which is seemingly that seems like a lot of yardage for this Houston Texan offense right now, especially when you're trying to throw the football and you have no timeouts before the half. So if I'm Lovie Smith, I might just run this out. I mean, 3rd and 9, you're kind of in field goal-ish area where you could fight for that field goal yardage. So we'll see. Low snap. Mills picks it up. Flush to his right. There's definitely a holding call there, but still a sack from Jihad Ward. Definitely a holding call. Horrendous play from Jump Street for the Houston Texans. Giants are going to decline the penalty, it looks like. Leonard Williams was getting held on that play, so that would have came back no matter what. Davis Mills tries to make a play, but Jihad Ward strapped in. Jihad Ward makes the sack, and they gets credit for it because the Giants do decline the penalty. 4th and 14, 31 seconds remaining. The Giants do have 3 timeouts, but the Houston Texans are punting here, so I highly doubt, unless Adoree Jackson gets a really nice return in, I doubt the Giants offense does anything here. Jackson lets the punt go. Takes a giant bounce, but not too much. About the 18, 19-yard line. 23 seconds remaining in the second quarter. I doubt the Giants try to push this up the field considering they get the ball to start the second half. The Giants are they are the worst good team in the NFL this year. That is basically what CBS's graphic is telling you. The Giants have a +6 point differential this season, and yet somehow are 6-2. So they are playing it very close to the spread this year. Daniel Jones, empty set here. No, Barkley will get motioned into the backfield. Jones will throw it. Pump fakes. Connects to Tanner Hudson over the middle, who falls forward for about 15 yards. So the Giants will spend their first time out of the half here. 15 seconds remaining. They are at around their own 40. Jones with a nice pump fake. And then slings it over the middle to Tanner Hudson. Hudson does a good job of using his momentum to fall forward. So assuming Jones doesn't just heave one to the other team here late in the half, I mean, he's played very clean. And if his receivers have, namely Kenny Golladay, makes 2 more catches that he should have made, they're catchable footballs, especially the second one. The one on the last drive that he dropped on 2nd and 5 was egregious. Everybody in this chat and watching this stream makes that catch if they get in that position. But Kenny Golladay took his eye off the ball, drops the football. Daniel Jones, 1st and 10, 15 seconds left. Giants trying to get into field goal range. Jones drops back to pass. Looking, dumps it off to Tanner Hudson, who gets out of bounds with about 8 seconds remaining. And I don't know what the Giants are really looking to do here. Daniel Jones just doesn't he doesn't force the ball into any tight windows anymore. And it's just, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing because the team is 6-2. I'm just saying in like moments like this, he needs to be able to tell you, like, you need to be able to know when to cut it loose. Obviously, you don't want to throw an interception. You're in your own territory. It's late in the half. Don't make a mistake, but still. And just like that, Jones gets swallowed up. The football comes out. The Giants do fall on it. But that will be the end of the half. Jerry Hughes makes the sack on Daniel Jones to end the half. Jones fumbles, but Andrew Thomas, it looks like, falls on the football. And that is going to be the end of the first half. Terrible half for both teams. Both defenses, I guess you could say, played well. But I think the Giants played worse. The Giants should be losing this game. If they were playing any other team in the NFL, they might be losing this game. But they are not. Today they are playing the Houston Texans, and somehow they always play down to their competition. That being said, they will take a 7-3 lead into halftime, and they will get the ball to start the second half. So the chance to go up 11 will be there when we return for the second half. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Jack Meyer. Shout out to Ray Kane. Shout out to Chris Volpe. Shout out to Esteban. All the boys in the chat. I appreciate you guys joining me. I'm going to take a brief intermission, use the bathroom, recharge the batteries, get a new tall boy, all the above. And then when we come back, we're locking in for the second half. I mean, this, you may say, Mike, it's the Texans, no big deal. It's 7-3 second half. Somehow the Giants can't finish drives out, can't sustain anything. Houston is making some plays on defense just when they need to. They are getting a pass rush on Daniel Jones, which is not really what we expect, but they are playing good defense. So when I return, join me for the second half. 7-3. Giants get the ball coming out of half. The Knicks stink. This is the State of the Union. Let's do a quick roundup real quick before I head out to use the restroom and take our intermission. The Buffalo Bills are blowing out the Minnesota Vikings 24-10. The Lions are tied with the Bears 10-10, and the third quarter has started there. The Broncos are beating the Titans 10-0 late in the second quarter. The Chiefs are blowing out the Jags 20-0, 46 seconds remaining in the second quarter in that one. The Miami Dolphins are winning 17-7 at halftime, and the Saints and the Steelers are knotted at 10 in Pittsburgh at the half. So thank you guys for joining me. We are going to take a brief intermission, recharge the batteries. We'll be back for the second half. See you guys soon. And until then, hang tight. All right? Peace. And we are back, all right? Took a little bit of an extra break there because I was watching some videos, okay? Number one, not Giant related, and I'm sorry if you're a Giant fan and you think this is just only a Giant channel. This is Mikey Hot Takes channel, all right? Whatever comes to the brain, it gets spoken about, but we do focus on the New York Giants, and we will talk about this what happened in that first half really quickly in a second. But Bill Cowher kind of eviscerated the Indianapolis Colts on the NFL Today before the kickoffs today, for the 1 o'clock kickoffs, and just destroyed their hiring of Jeff Saturday. I thought this was really an interesting video. If you haven't seen it, look it up on Twitter or online. Bill Cowher just goes in and really articulates himself really well, and I thought he did a really good job. I don't agree with this stance of you can just do it for the first time and succeed, especially when it's a really hard job. The NFL coach is almost like the president of a football team or of the players of a football team. And would you elect this is how I felt. And listen, I don't want to get political, but I don't like electing people without, I know we've done it. I just thought about it for a second, and we've done it in this country, so what am I even talking about? But beyond that, I just believe in experience. I believe if in anything in life, If you haven't experienced it, I don't necessarily believe you're the best person to try to go through the trials and tribulations of something that's very difficult. And being an NFL head coach is one of the most high turnover jobs in all of sports, and maybe in all of America, in that there's only 30 positions a year, and you'd say about 7 or 8 guys get fired a year being NFL head coaches. So I thought it was really interesting. Go watch the video. Let me know what you guys think of Bill Cowher and how he handled the Jeff Saturday. Sadell 40. My bad. You're right. I shouldn't leave so quickly at halftime. Shouldn't be gone the whole time. But I do take a second to use the restroom. But you're right. Noted for next time. We're growing. We're learning. So Sadell 40 noted. Next time I'll be around for halftime to give you my thoughts on the game. That being said, this game in particular, not much happened. The Giants have made a lot of mistakes. We're underway, though. Saquon Barkley, 1st and 10, gets about 8 or 9 on first down, and that's what you want to see. But, yeah, Saddle, you're right. I should be reviewing the game at halftime. That's my bad. That's on me. We get better. We'll improve. Hand up. Hand up. But I appreciate you joining. I appreciate you popping in. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure you're like, because we listen to everything. We're growing. We're learning. But shout out to you, Saddle. I appreciate the input. Saquon Barkley on the handoff on 2nd and 2, and he gets another 10 to 15. I mean, there's no secret to what the New York Giants are doing today, ladies and gentlemen. There's no secret. There's no secret. They are running that football down your throat, and they're saying, try and beat us. We're going to play defense, and we're going to run the football. The thing is that's annoying about the Giants is Daniel Jones is throwing the ball well when he has an opportunity to, and it's just he's getting drops and just occasional bad blocking. Barkley on 1st and 10, this time he is swallowed up in the backfield for no gain. Make sure you guys hit that like button. That gets our stream in other people's YouTube algorithms and all that jazz. Like I said, we're new to it, but I know how YouTube works to an extent. As a consumer, if you're on YouTube, I know how it works. Daniel Jones, under center. Pitches it to Barkley again. Giants get a pancake block, but Barkley is dancing on the end, and he gets maybe 1 or 2. I mean, the conservative play calling is going to be the downfall of the Giants today. And this is something you see in soccer often, or in football, European football, excuse me. When you're winning and you're getting results and you're playing a very conservative style, the fans don't care. But if you're playing a team like the Houston Texans, you're letting them hang around playing this style, the fans will turn on you pretty quick and start to see holes in what you're doing. And that's what I'm starting to see right now, to be honest with you. I mean, 3rd and 9 here. This is what the Giants try to avoid at all costs. Jones, off his back foot, completes it to Darius Slayton, who makes the catch, breaks a tackle, and he's down the sideline. Darius Slayton, end zone, touchdown, Darius Slayton. The biggest play of the year for the Giants, absolutely, no doubt about it. Jones saw pressure, he hung in there off his back foot, and he delivers it to Darius Slayton for a touchdown. Slayton makes a man miss. The little zig route to the out, boom, puts his foot in the ground, the cornerback misses, gets a block from the tight end, and Darius Slayton, with that speed, covers the football going across the pylon for a touchdown. Let's go, baby. That is what you want to see to start the second half. Dayball gets a response right away. Daniel Jones off his back foot, and he had the arm strength off his back foot to get that throw out there. Go back and watch that. That's a good throw under pressure. They sent the house. Darius Slayton only had to do is make one man miss, and he had the blocking and the speed downfield on the sideline to get it done. The Giants take a 13-3 lead. Let's see if Graham Guyess can put it through the uprights. Yes, he does. And the Giants take a 14-3 lead. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Saddle. Let's go, G-Men. Let's go. That is how we start the second half. Saddle, you can't leave now. Saddle 40, you can't leave now. This is how, I'm sorry I don't make the rules. This is how it works, all right? When you join the chat and then we score a touchdown right away and the momentum shifts like that, you're the good luck charm of the chat. So you have to stay for the remainder of the day. I'm sorry, guys. I don't make up the rules. Actually, I just did. So you're free to do whatever you want. This is a free country, free world, as far as I'm concerned. Let's go. Darius Slayton is the best receiver on the Giants, and it's not even close. And to think they didn't dress Darius Slayton to start the year. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Saddle. That's what we like to hear, buddy. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let's go. You're here for the... That was a good throw, man. Esteban, it wouldn't be... Nobody's going to call that a dime. No one's going to... They're not going to go back and watch that footage and be like, that's one of the best throws of the weekend. But guess what? It was. He was under a ton of pressure. He's off his back foot. I didn't know if he was going to have the arm strength to get it there. He did. Darius Slayton makes a man miss and gets his receiver a touchdown. That is what we like to see. That is easily the biggest play of the year from the Giants. I know Saquon has had some huge runs. I know Sterling Shepard in week 1 had a huge touchdown catch down the field. I know Slayton even had a 37-yard bomb a couple of weeks ago against Jacksonville to start the game. But no, that is the biggest play of the year for the New York Giants. Pressure on 3rd and 9. They send the house, and how often do we see, and that's the biggest issue, and that's why the Giants really focus on playing ahead of the sticks, because maybe Daniel Jones' biggest problem is on 3rd down, calling out blitzes or recognizing pressures and stuff like that. And that's something that I don't know enough, and I would really need to talk to the inside information, people who have played quarterback in the NFL. But just from a guy who's watched every snap of Daniel Jones' career multiple times, I think his biggest issue might be calling out pressures. Not his throwing ability, not his playmaking ability, but his ability to give himself that extra second to make a throw. In that instance, he stood in there, looked down the barrel of the gun, excuse me. Absolutely, Esteban. Start the half, too. Explosive play to start the half, throwing the football. That's the injection that we needed as Giants fans. That's that vote of confidence that we needed coming out of the half. And Daboll has been electric coming out of the half. He's been electric. Darius Slayton has earned his money. He's absolutely an NFL receiver, no doubt about it. And he has a good sync up with Daniel Jones. Since they've been drafted together, they were drafted in the same rookie class. And they've always had, since rookie camp, Daniel Jones is one of his favorite targets since entering the NFL has always been Darius Slayton. So we saw that right there. Good timing on the zig route. Missed tackle by the DB. And because of the amount of pressure that the Houston Texans sent on that, they didn't have bodies downfield. And Darius Slayton was able to use his speed and pick up a block from Tanner Hudson and get in the end zone. So excellent start to the second half. 14-3, 12:33 remaining in this third quarter. Having a great Sunday. Absolutely having a great Sunday. The New York Knicks, my favorite basketball team. If you don't know, we do some Knicks streams on the channel as well, but it doesn't look like we'll be doing that many this year, folks. Doesn't look like we'll be doing that many this year. They cannot play defense. Little win, so Graham Gano is going to have to get a holder here. And he does still end up putting it through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They're showing the replay of the touchdown now from an aerial view. Excellent play, man. Like Daniel Jones, grit read. Yeah, definitely, Saddle. Share it. Send it to a buddy. Listen, I'm trying to grow the stream slowly but surely. I really appreciate any sharing, any word of mouth we can get for the stream. I'm trying to grow it organically as well. I'm not trying to, overexpose myself. Obviously, we're still growing. We're still getting things consistent and figuring out stuff. But I really appreciate any type of back and forth. That's why I'm here. I love hanging out and listening to people's thoughts on the games. Little bit of back and forth. Obviously, I have a ton of my own takes, so I love hearing what you guys got to say in the chat. But yeah, eventually I want to get as many Giants fans here every Sunday. I want to make it for any Giant fan who can't attend the game or can't make it to the game. This is where I want people to be hanging out, talking about it, freaking out. hanging on every play. Houston Texans do pick up a first down on their first 2 plays of the drive, as I rant about the channel for a second. But, 2 easy run plays for Houston. Giants just got to stop the run now. You're up 14-3. Make Davis Mills make a mistake, and you could really close this game out. I got to be honest with you guys. Usually, I've been having a great year. Picks against the spread, NFL. This week, I am getting destroyed, it looks like, in the 1 o'clock hour. I'm just looking at the bottom line. It looks bad from some of my picks. But we'll see. A lot can happen from now till then. The witching hour is always electric. Davis Mills, read option. Gets it to his tight end, and this will be the biggest pass play of the game for Houston, and it's only about a 9 or 10 yard game, so that'll tell you something. But Davis Mills does make the right decision there, avoids a rush on the very similar to what the Giants have been doing with Daniel Jones, where you give him the RPO look and a couple of easy reads in the flat, and he'll try to throw it to the more uncovered tight end or easy flat route. Davis Mills on 2nd and 1. Play action. Good time for Mills, and it's almost picked, but it's caught on the deflection. Oh, that was extremely lucky and serendipitous. Micah McFadden almost had a pick, and somehow it falls into Moore's hands, number 15. Micah McFadden was backpedaling. It goes through his hands. It's just a little bit high for him, and the receiver's timing was right behind him. That's exactly where Davis Mills wanted to throw it. He just got some help from the DB, or from the linebacker in that case, Micah McFadden. Tough luck for the Giants, and now borderline field goal range for Houston to try to make it a 1-possession game. But it is 1st and 10. They are trying to score a touchdown. More play action from Mills. They're letting him throw it in the second half, and he completes for a first down. Wow, so the response from Houston has been very good, very quick, to the point. Oh, there's a flag on the play. Personal foul, and it's roughing the passer on Dexter Lawrence. So brutal. Giants are about to cough up this touchdown right back. That is tough. Dexter Lawrence falls into the legs of the quarterback. Very soft, but he does hit the quarterback's legs. And Mills, give him credit, he completes. And he's coming out throwing in the second half. And very, very tough response from this defense. Not what you want to see. Daboll is pissed again. Got to stop the run here and see if Davis Mills can fit it into a tight window in the red zone. 1st and goal for Houston. Have to think they're running it here. They are. Pierce swallowed up by Leonard Williams at the line of scrimmage. So big play from Big Cat right there. Try to make Davis Mills make a throw on this defense in 3rd and goal. And if he makes a good throw, we'll have to live with it. But they did get some luck on this drive. Their biggest play of the drive was a tipped interception, essentially. Pro Football Focus is waiting to criticize Davis Mills on that throw. I don't even know if they care about Davis Mills at this point. I mean, I'm sorry. He's the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. He definitely makes Daniel Jones look like Joe Namath out there, Joe Montana. Play clock is dead, and they will have a delay of game here, or unless they burn a timeout. Delay a game. So that's huge. That is huge, the delay of game in the red zone on 2nd and goal for Houston. And the way they've been throwing the football today, and the way the Giants have been defending in the red zone all season long, the Giants just have to stuff the run here. Don't let Dameon Pierce get a chunk yardage play back on 2nd and goal. And then make Davis Mills drop back and fit one into a tight window, zone coverage on 1st and goal, or on 3rd and goal, excuse me. Here we go. 2nd and goal. Mills in the shotgun at around the 13-yard line. He's throwing it. Play action. And they got a man wide open. It's Nico Collins for a touchdown. Fabian Moreau saying he got pushed off on, and it looked like it. But it is a touchdown for Nico Collins. Poor coverage from Fabian Moreau in the red zone. Man coverage. Nico Collins creates a little bit of space with his arm, but didn't look like too much. Not enough to really freak out over. And it's 14-9. See if Fairbairn can add the extra point. And just when we think we're getting some space, the Houston Texans crawl right back with 8:06 remaining in the third quarter. Fabian Moreau, who's been pretty good this season, just tough that time. Good route from Nico Collins in man coverage. 14-10. Fairbairn adds the extra point. Fairbairn is just a tie twister, a tongue twister. I'm rattled right now because the Giants can't get a stop whenever they need one. Whenever they need to score, they can't score. But whenever they need to stop, they can't get a stop to put this game away. Very serendipitous drive, though, from Houston. I mean, Michael McFadden had an interception go through his fingers, and it went into the receiver's hands right behind him for a first down. Not a play you see work out very often. Meanwhile, Buffalo, a lot of people liked Buffalo this week. They were giving a lot of points to Minnesota, which had to show you something. Like Buffalo, just a better team in the eyes of Vegas. Oh, the Giants were the better team in the eyes of Vegas coming into today than the Houston Texans, but it is 14-10. Got to see something from this offense again after they get their biggest play of the season. The defense gets marched on by Davis Mills, and Davis Mills starts throwing the football a little bit. Throws that back shoulder fade to Nico Collins in the end zone, and Nico Collins converts. Looks like a good receiver, Nico Collins. I would take him on the Giants. Giants are going to have to draft 3 to 4 receivers, and they're going to have to cut Kenny Golladay. Without a doubt, Kenny Golladay cannot be a New York Giant next year. His confidence is shot, and he's not that good to begin with. So, all right, so we're back from commercial break, 14-10. My prediction before the game was 21-17 Giants. I'm not just saying that now. I did put it out on social media somewhere. I could show you guys the picture later if you want. But I did predict 21-17 Giants. We are on that path right now. Although we have more scoring in the first 7 minutes of this half than we did all in the first half. So both offenses came out very vanilla, very run heavy in the first half, and then playbook started to expand a little bit. Giants got a little bit lucky on that 3rd and 5, but it was a very good play from Daniel Jones and Darius Slayton, obviously, to finish that off. Gary Brightwell on the return. He gets up about to the 26-27 yard line. Let's see if their offense can get a couple in a row going here. It's been very few and far between this season where the Giants can score touchdowns on 2 consecutive drives. That's one thing I will say. A lot of their touchdowns have become in spurts. You see one, you see good offense, and then it'll dry up for a long time. Handoff is to Barkley on 1st and 10. He gets about 3 or 4 before the Texans' defensive line swallows him up. Approaching that 100-yard mark is Saquon Barkley. I think he's about 99 right now after that carry. So he definitely will hit 100 today. He is definitely getting a ton of carries, that's for sure. Jones dumps it out to Lawrence Cager, who is tackled short of the line of scrimmage. And those plays, man, I mean, I like Daniel Jones. I mean, it's not his fault because the offense is being run that way. That's the right read when the guy's open and they're playing deeper. But when the offense is set up where you have those easy reads and it's not unexpected anymore, and the defense is kind of adjusted to it at this juncture in the game in the third quarter, it might be smarter to just start letting them drop back. And now the Texans are going to bring a ton of pressure again. Nope, they drop everyone back into coverage. He completes to Wan'Dale Robinson for a first down. And that's really what you hope Wan'Dale Robinson becomes for this New York Football Giants team. I do not think he's as good with the ball in his hands as Kadarius Toney, but I do think that he is better in finding the sticks and sure-handed than Kadarius Toney in big spots. Daniel Jones has not really run the football often today. That would have been an idea right there on that play, but he did give it to Saquon on the option play. Saquon falls forward for 2, and that will bring him over the 100-yard mark. He is at 101 on 23 carries. So the game plan was to feed the horse of Saquon Barkley today. They certainly have done that. Still waiting for him to deliver like a knockout blow, a huge play. He has had one big run, a couple of big runs. They give it to Barkley again. He breaks a tackle, and this is the big run possibly. Ooh, he gets arm tackled in the secondary but not before obtaining a first down. And he will ask out here. Breida will come onto the field. But huge gain for Barkley there. He looked explosive. He was one player away from getting deep into their secondary. Nice hole opened up. Andrew Thomas seals it. Gets tripped up by Derek Stingley, it looked like. But 24 carries, 114 yards for Barkley. Yeah, Justin, the Knicks are horrendous. Thank God the Giants are on. Thank God I'm streaming. Because if I was just sitting around a normal Sunday watching that Knick game, I wouldn't be happy right now. But I'm watching Jones play action. Oh, throws it behind Darius Slayton. That was a bad throw from Daniel Jones. He might have rushed that one. Definitely his worst throw of the day. Darius Slayton is open. Jones just throws it behind him a little bit. Yep. Just missed him by about a yard behind him. One thing I like about Daniel Jones, when he makes a mistake, I do think he looks to atone his sins. So we'll see. He gives it a Breida here on 2nd and 10. Breida falls forward for about 4 or 5. And it will be 3rd and 6 maybe here for the Giants. Still waiting for Daniel Jones to pull the ball down and keep it. Looks like his reads are a lot of give today instead of keep. 3rd and 7. Jones detecting some DB pressure, it looks like. Texans playing a lot of man coverage, bringing a lot of heat to Daniel Jones. Jones steps up, completes to Isaiah Hodgkins for a first down deep into Texan territory, inside the 15. And what did I say? Daniel Jones, when he misses a throw or makes a bad play, I always feel like the guy knows it. He knows it's on him, and he's a team guy. He wants to pick up his teammates when he makes a mistake, pick up himself. He's a competitor, and that's what I like about Daniel Jones. He clearly missed a throw on 1st and 10 that could have set them up for disaster in a fringe area of the field. But instead, 3rd down atones for his sins. Big play. Big play. Giants cooking again. Handoff is to Matt Breida. Makes a man miss and gets about 8 or 9 on 1st down. And Matt Breida, I think he just gave the first down marker without getting a first down, but that's okay, Matt Breida. That's okay. You had a good run. That was a nice run. Let's go, baby. Punch it in. 2nd and 1. Giants on the Texan 11-yard line. You have to get 7 here. You have to get 7 here. Jones, QB sneak, easily gets it. Texans were just giving up the sneak there. Jones looks like he has a good QB sneak in him, man. Not that we've seen too many of them in his NFL career so far. I don't remember that many of them working. But the offensive line is competent, at least this year. So it looks like he's able to get enough. And he is a big body with some push in those legs, as you can see. We've seen him accelerate before. Jones trying to answer Davis Mills. They cut to Davis Mills. Daniel Jones, are you gonna say today I'm clearly better than Davis Mills? Don't have people thinking. Barkley up the middle gets tripped up short of the goal line. He's about 2 yards short. So it's 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2, or 2nd and goal. But, we're about 3 yards away here from the Giants converting another touchdown. And part of the good thing about this Giants offense is it does wear on you later in the game. It does look like they're starting to get some bigger holes, bigger explosive plays in the second half after the time of possession battle was won in the first half. Barkley cuts it back and gets into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Tons of yardage, tons of carries today, but he puts the cherry on top by getting in that end zone. And the New York Giants take a 20-10 lead pending the extra point. Excellent response after a horrible defensive drive, and the New York Giants march right down the field thanks to Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, who are, make no mistake about it. All right, Andrew Thomas, you want to say Andrew Thomas is the best player on this offense? I have no problem with it. I'm not an offensive line guru. I don't pretend to be. I don't watch film on offensive line. If I do one day, I will let you know when I do. I can look at other people's stats, other people's opinions who do that stuff and tell you that Andrew Thomas is the best player on the Giants. Fine. But on this offense, skill position-wise, Saquon Barkley is obviously numero uno, but Daniel Jones is that guy who makes those big third down plays for this team, and he did again there in the fringe area after missing Darius Slayton on 1st and 10, converts on 3rd down, and then from there, Saquon does the rest. And let me add those points up. It is 21-10, New York Giants. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I mean they've definitely, you cannot complain if you're a Saquon owner, if you're a Saquon fantasy owner, if you're a Saquon fan in general, if you're somebody who says run the damn ball all the time, there's no complaints. Saquon Barkley has about 25 to 26 carries off the top of my head right now, and we're in the 3rd quarter. So he might approach 40 carries today. And that's smart. That's game plan. That's saying this is our best player. We're playing an inferior opponent. Our best player is our running back. If we give him the ball enough, he'll give us the tools to succeed. And Saquon has done that today. There were talks. Adam Schefter reported today, I believe, early this morning, or maybe late last night, that the Giants and Saquon Barkley have decided to subdue contract negotiations until the end of the season. I think that's fine. I have no issue. I don't think it's anything to be worried about. The Giants just can't invest in a running back right now in the middle of the season. And if Saquon were to have a huge injury right now, with the way their cap is structured, it sucks to say. And maybe Saquon himself would be like, I'm balling out for you guys. I'm one of the best players in the NFL right now, which he is, no doubt about it. You guys should just trust in me, believe in me, invest in me. But with his injury history, at this juncture in the season, the team still has a lot of areas that they can improve on, despite possibly being on the verge of going 7-2. I think it's smart to maybe revisit these contract negotiations at the end of the season for both parties. Who knows? And a lot of things can change end of the season. Maybe Saquon himself feels like something could change. He loses faith. All the above. He wants to go somewhere else. So maybe it's just better for everyone involved if Saquon and the Giants discuss their contract, the new contract, in the offseason. But I do think it gets done. I do think he remains a Giant. I think he does embody what it means to be a New York Giant since he was drafted. I think this season is an exact example of what Saquon Barkley, the player and the athlete and the person, is, in that he wants to be great, he strives to be great, and coming off an injury has no effect on him. He expects to be himself, and he has been this year. That and more, to be honest with you, because I do think he's discerning himself as more than just a big play threat. I think Saquon is discerning himself as a every down running back, gets north to south, especially today, more than most games in his career. He's just getting north to south on all of his carries. Even on the bad plays, he's getting a yard or two, which is, that's a testament to the offensive line for sure. But it's also a testament to Saquon Barkley and his running style and him changing things up a little bit and maybe not always trying to make the biggest play. Sometimes just trying to make that 2 to 3 yard gain on 1st down that keeps the Giants ahead of schedule and lets Daniel Jones convert on 3rd and short and 3rd and medium. So no complaints. whatsoever about the offense to start the second half. 2:21 remaining, third quarter, 1st and 10. Davis Mills under center. Motions the fullback. Hands it off to Dameon Pierce, who does have a hole. Dameon Pierce breaks through a couple arm tackles and is swallowed up after gaining a first down. So all of a sudden, we have an offensive battle here. Somebody looks to be shaken up on the play. Nope. Pierce definitely picks up a first down. Justin Fields is balling for the Chicago Bears. Absolutely balling. Cole Kmet, the former Notre Dame tight end, having a big day as well. It's been a tale of two running backs. The only difference is the Giants are making a couple of more of those negative plays. They have to stack the run, and Davis Mills slings it out wide, incomplete, nearly gets it to Brandon Cooks, but once again, Davis Mills underthrows his receiver, and Brandon Cooks is visibly upset, man. He's open. He gets separation from Dory Jackson, and if the throw is has a little bit more zip on it, once again, I think Brandon Cooks catches that football and completes it for a first down. So, I mean, Davis Mills making the right reads often. He seems like a smart quarterback. He seems more fitted to be a backup, in my opinion. Obviously, that Texans fans probably will agree with that at this point. Mills, shotgun, gets rid of it quickly. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage by Sexy Dexter Lawrence, who, in my opinion, is easily the best player on this Giants defense this season. Dexter Lawrence. He makes the most impact plays for sure this year. A little bit disappointed in the fact that we haven't heard Kayvon Thibodeau's name mentioned that much so far. Yeah, it's been really a quiet day for Kayvon Thibodeau, at least from what I've seen. Unless I've missed something, unless I've missed some good run plays from Thibodeau. Yeah, not too impressed. But 3rd and 10, minute 25 remaining in the third quarter. Houston Texans at their own 38-yard line here. And Davis Mills is going to burn a timeout. Sterling Shepard is like the biggest cheerleader on the Giants sideline. You'll love to see it. The guy's season's over. May never play another down for the New York Giants, but he's on the sideline cheering, hooting, and hollering for his team, for his teammates. And the Giants create enough confusion that Davis Mills decides to burn a timeout down 11 points in the third quarter. So you love to see that. You got to convert now. You got to get him off the field. And if you get points, another touchdown wins the game. A stop and a touchdown wins the game. So a stop, essentially, the way your offense is looking, you really like your chances to get points the way the offense has looked in the second half so far. So a 3-and-out would be huge. Although, Pierce definitely picked up a first down on this drive. So it's not a 3-and-out. But you know what I mean. A punt would be huge. Miami is blowing out Cleveland. The Miami Dolphins are a sleeper Super Bowl pick, ladies and gentlemen. Sleeper. I mean, they have not lost with Tua Tagovailoa as a starter. And Tua is balling again today. They have two good running backs that they stole from San Francisco. They have the two fastest receivers in the NFL in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. 3rd and 10, Davis Mills, shotgun. Pump fakes, looks to get it out. He does complete the first down to his check down and his running back, Ogunbowale. And that is a brutal conversion and very clutch play from Davis Mills and this Texans offense. Just pump faked his check down, waited to get it to Ogunbowale, and he eventually stumbles forward for a first down and then some. Davis Mills now 11 of 20, 109 yards, and a touchdown. I think a better quarterback might be 20 of 20, to be honest with you. He's missing. All of his misses have been pretty open for the most part. This time, Dexter Lawrence gets pressure and a sack on Davis Mills. Sexy Dexy with his second of the game. And Jalen Smith is doing the dance with Dexy. Dexter Lawrence is one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. I know the New York Jet fans love Quinnen Williams, and don't get me wrong, he's an elite player as well. But let's put some respect on Dexter Lawrence's name. This guy is becoming a complete defensive tackle. pass rush, run stuffing, all of the above. He is a bear with like a 4.9 40 or something like that. He moves around for a big man. Looks like this will be the last play of the third quarter. 2nd and 16. Play action. Screen pass, and it's a beautiful screen to the tight end for a first down. And then some. He's going all the way. This could be a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. It is not, but another big play on the screen. Beautiful play call and play design for the screen pass to end the third quarter. And the Houston Texans will have 1st and goal to start the fourth quarter. Beautiful screen pass to the tight end. Giants sell out for pressure. Jalen Smith misses a tackle on Jordan Akins. And Brian Daboll is furious too. They just cannot put this game on ice, ladies and gentlemen. Just cannot. You get a sack and then you give up a 40-yard screen pass. I mean, not what you want to see. Not ideal. And the fourth quarter will start with the Houston Texans in the red zone on 1st and goal. I just gave them points for no reason. Maybe that was foreshadowing. I foresee a field goal coming for the Houston Texans. But the fourth quarter is coming up. That's where the New York Giants have been at their best all season long. But they have not been at their best today in the areas that they usually are pretty good at. Fundamentals, key penalties, key moments. They have not been good enough. Especially you get a 2nd and 16 and you let that happen. Just not good enough. 1 second here, folks. Check something really fast behind camera. All right. Sorry about that. We're all set. Fourth quarter. Who's going to be the hero for the Giants? Let's do a quick stat check. Because I want to see. It looks like the quarterbacks are playing a lot better in this half, and they certainly are. Davis Mills is finally. So Daniel Jones is 13 of 17, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked twice. Davis Mills, 12 of 21, 155 yards and a touchdown. Most of the over 140 yards, or maybe 130 yards of those passing yards for Davis Mills have happened in this second half. A large chunk of those being on that last play to end the third quarter. A little screen pass to Jordan, I believe it's Jordan Akins. Yeah, Jordan Akins from UCF. So here we go. We're underway in the fourth quarter. Davis Mills in the shotgun on the Giants' 9-yard line. He pitches it out to Pierce, and what a play is made by Darnay Holmes in the backfield. He read the pitch and wrapped up Dameon Pierce in the backfield for a loss of 1. Big play from Darnay Holmes. And he'll come off the field. Looks like he's got a little bit of a shoulder. He's working out his shoulder right now. 2nd and goal. And right on cue, CBS shows that both quarterbacks have played pretty much perfect third quarters from their perspectives. I mean, from the way they play, Davis Mills and Daniel Jones played probably 2 of their better quarters of the year. Handoff is to Pierce, and Leonard Williams makes the play. The ball is out, and the Giants recover. There is a flag on the play. Is he down? There's a lot of confusion, but the ball is definitely out. And the Giants recover. The officials say it's Giants football. Dameon Pierce fumbles. Decline, and it's Giants ball. We're going the other way, and that is the play that we needed to see from the Giants defense. Force a turnover against one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the NFL. You got to make one mistake. You got to force one mistake to win easily, and they do. Leonard Williams or Jalen Smith. Nope, Leonard Williams rips the ball out, and Jalen Smith recovers. Let's see. They're showing the replay to make sure he's not. Nope, that ball is 100% out. Leonard Williams' huge arm knocks it loose. His massive, massive tree trunk of an arm pops the ball out. Wink Martindale, as pumped as you'll see him, just gives a dap to his boys. Wink Martindale is a G, man. I got to be honest, if I could pick one interview I could get in the world right now, it wouldn't be some type of world diplomat. It wouldn't be Michael Jordan. I would like to sit down with Wink Martindale and talk about whatever. I'm not even going to ask him about the Giants' defense, maybe like 2 minutes of that. I would like to just talk to Wink Martindale. Daniel Jones under center. Handoff is to Barkley. Tries to bounce it outside. He does find a yard, but he doesn't get much and gets forced out of bounds after about a yard gain. Clock continues to run, however. There's 14 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Like I said, a stop and a touchdown wins the game. A stop and a field goal certainly would make this a very difficult game. The way the Houston Texans have played offense. I mean, the Texans have schemed. They scheme really well. I mean, I like the way their offensive game plans are set up based on how their quarterback plays. Handoff again is to Barkley. He cuts it back and gets about 6 or 7 to make it about 3rd and 2 for the New York Giants. And this is a must-convert situation. You cannot give the ball back that quickly. So a first down here is a sign of a good football team. And a 3 and out here is a sign of a team still trying to figure some things out. So we'll see. Can't have a false start here. Can't have a stupid penalty. That's one thing we cannot have on 3rd and 2 at our own 18 trying to kill clock. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Saquon here. They do. And Saquon is stuffed short of the first down. And they are going to punt the football, ladies and gentlemen. They run the ball 3 times. Like that is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Like that play calling, that type of play calling. And listen, Saquon's a half a yard short. Let's go, G-Man, for sure, Saddle. Let's go. But that play calling right there, you're like nothing has changed in this football game now. You're giving the Texans the ball right back with good field position because you couldn't get one first down because you refused to throw the ball. You refused to. And now they'll have it after the good punt return from Desmond King about the Texans 49. So they'll have it near midfield. Their defense gets off the field very quickly. And they'll go to a commercial break in East Rutherford. I mean, they're up 11. It's the fourth quarter. The offense is playing well. I shouldn't be this upset. But it's just like little things like that. You give Daniel Jones a chance to convert on 3rd and 2 with a little bit of a throw. Like any type of throw converts on 3rd and 2. But instead, you're more worried about killing clock with 13 minutes remaining. So really, at the most, you wasted, an extra minute of clock because you ran the ball 3 times. I have no problem running it twice. I think running it twice was smart. I would have ran it twice myself. But on 3rd and 2, when your quarterback has completed over 80% of his passes today, let him throw it for 3 yards. Or even let him run it for 3 yards. But I understand the game plan is clearly Saquon, and more Saquon today. And he's delivered for the most part. But on that play right there, he got stuffed. 1 yard shy of the first down. And a first down right there kills the game. A first down right there ends the game. And now we're going to have to sweat out the next 12 minutes. Houston has moved the ball well. The defense finally gets a turnover on a fumble that's not going to happen. Now the running back, Dameon Pierce for Houston, is going to try to avenge and atone for his sins. So I don't blame any players on the field for that. I blame Mike Kafka and Brian Daboll for that conservative-ass play calling on that drive. And if the Giants lose the game, it's because of that drive right there. Mark it down. How long are we into the stream? About 2 hours and 34 minutes into the stream is when the Giants lost the game, if they do lose. Okay, because that play calling is not acceptable. You cannot run the ball 3 times trying to kill clock on 3rd and 2. Hey, listen, if it was 3rd and 10 and it was a broken ass drive and you're not going anywhere and you just don't want to make a mistake, totally get it. 3rd and 2, you just have no confidence in your quarterback at that point. No confidence. None. He's 13 of 17 on the day. That is a horrible play call. I don't know if Daniel Jones audibled or something like that. Maybe. I mean, listen, I don't know. I'm not at the line of scrimmage. I'm not in the huddle or on the headset. But it looks like the game plan was Saquon's going to get us a first down on 3 carries here. The guys carried the football 35 times today. Why don't you even get Matt Breida on the field there? Get a fresh back in who can just run as hard as he can. Saquon just is – I love him. He's playing a great game, but the coaching, the coordinating on that drive is indicative of a team that's playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And Nico Collins picks up a first down. I'm sorry, guys. I was on the wrong channel for a second. I don't know why. Maybe because I was disgusted. First play of the drive, Nico Collins catches a little curl route, makes a man miss, and Fabian Moreau wraps him up after about a 12-yard gain, and the Texans are now in Giants territory. Mills completes. Huge completion to Brandon Cooks. Wide open. Good protection from Houston. And Brandon Cooks gets wide open. And again, Houston is in the red zone. This defense has not played well today, folks. I don't care what you say. A better quarterback tears them up. A better NFL quarterback tears the Giants defense up today. Julian Love late getting out to Brandon Cooks. He's as open as you'll ever see. Davis Mills can lollipop it. That's the only thing Davis Mills can do is lollipop the football. And he lollipops it to a wide open Brandon Cooks. Red zone now. Mills, play action. Nobody open. Dancing, trying to find somebody open. Incomplete. Looking for Nico Collins working towards the sideline on the scramble drill. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're doing every Giants game the rest of the year. I missed a game, the Seahawks game, because of an injury, my own injury. Okay, my grill was messed up. We had some quick surgery, and we're all good. But make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. 2nd and 10, 10:28 remaining. Giants trying to hold Houston to a field goal again. Still would only be a one-possession game if they were to get that field goal. 1 second on the play clock. Houston gets the snap off. He dumps it off to Jordan Akins, but there is a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is. Hopefully that backs them up a little bit more, but it might have been defensive holding on Dane Belton. Illegal shift on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Red zone, that's really where the Giants' defensive strength lies, in their red zone defense. When their corners and their safeties, who aren't necessarily the most athletically gifted in the NFL, are asked to cover large blades of grass in the middle of the field, they do give up a lot of yardage. But when there is a short field and the opposing offense is trying to throw it through the back of the end zone, essentially, they do play good zone defense in the red zone. But here we go. 2nd and 15. Almost 99% sure Davis Mills is going to try to check it down here or just get some yardage or hand it off even. Kayvon Thibodeau trying to get a spin move. Wide open. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks. There is a flag on the play. And it's coming back. Let's go. Bring it back. Holding on Houston. and it'll be 2nd and 25 now. Davis Mills is actually cooking right now in the second half. I'm not going to lie. Guys are getting wide open for him. Pep Hamilton looks like a good offensive coordinator, but his players are not executing in key moments. Huge holding penalty on Houston, which negates a touchdown from Brandon Cooks. Dexter Lawrence just getting held. Yeah, absolutely a hold. And that literally did save a sack. So if he doesn't hold him there, Dexter Lawrence gets a huge sack or a forced fumble instead of the touchdown. So can't really complain if you're a Houston fan at all, because that hold was kind of necessary. Mills drops back to pass, floats one. It's picked off in the end zone by Dane Belton, and he goes through the side of the end zone for a touchback. Davis Mills stares down his receiver and throws a lollipop, and now he's crying. The second turnover for the Houston Texans in this fourth quarter. The Giants could have had 2 guys intercept that. Instead, Dane Belton gets 7 feet over that, and his first career interception as a Giant is a huge one. And if the Giants can't win the game now, they don't deserve to win. Absolutely don't deserve to win. Let's go. Let's go. Couldn't be more excited about how the defense plays in the red zone. Wish they didn't just give up chunk plays all the time. Like Davis Mills could have had a touchdown there, but it was a hold. It was a hold. I don't want to hear it. If anybody on the Houston Texans fan side complains, I don't think the Texans fans really care that much. I think they would much rather lose today and honestly get a high draft pick and take the quarterback of their liking in the draft. That being said, I think Davis Mills is a backup quarterback, and he is capable of reading a defense. I think that's definitely for sure. I don't think he has the physical tools that you want in an elite quarterback by far. Like, his arm strength is not the problem. Is the problem. Often guys' issue is not physical tools, I feel like, in the NFL. I feel like the first thing coaches look at these days is, can he make NFL throws if we need him to, if you're going to play on a roster. Davis Mills can certainly do that, but it's not his strength really, to me, from what I've seen today. He's reading the defense well. That throw to Brandon Cooks, even though it was brought back, was a good read. He did get a free release, Brandon Cooks, and he hit him in stride, and Brandon Cooks is a good receiver. The Giants should have traded for Brandon Cooks, by the way, because they were hoping Kenny Golladay could play. He cannot. Whatever the Giants do here, if they run the football 3 times and don't convert a first down, that is the breaking point. That will be the most angry you can ever see me at 7-2. Trust me, they can still win this game 7-2. But a better NFL team, the Cowboys, the Eagles, blow the Giants out today. Blow them out because they did not. Maybe the game plan is this conservative because you're playing against the Houston Texans, and if you keep it close and you just, make plays when you need to, you could beat the Houston Texans pretty easily, because the Texans have beaten themselves in the last 5 minutes. A fumble from Dameon Pierce, the rookie running back, and then a bad throw from Davis Mills. That's only the second interception for the New York Giants this season, and it goes to Dane Belton, the rookie safety from Iowa. That's the 5th fourth quarter interception from Davis Mills this year. Giants got to make a throw here. Do not run the football on first down here. Do not. Come out and win the game. They hand it off to Barkley. He gets to the outside and he hits the burners. And what do I know? Barkley, he's no way he's still in bounds. Oh my goodness. Huge run from Saquon, gets to the outside. And what do I know? They finally get him the edge. And Saquon Barkley gets another 20 to 25 yards. He's probably the best running back in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. First and 10. Five seconds on the play clock. Jones under center. Hands it off to Barkley. Barkley makes running through arm tackles and gets about 5 or 6 on first down. Saquon is certainly running like he knows it's his time to finish the game and win the football game. This guy is a player, man. How do you not like Saquon Barkley? There's a huge contingent of nerds, and that's what you are, people who still hang up on this. You don't draft a running back second overall. Okay, well, Saquon Barkley is the best player on the football team that's about to be 7-2, and if they didn't draft him number 2 overall a few years back. But Mike, they could have drafted Josh Allen. Okay, hindsight is 20/20. Everyone could have drafted Josh Allen in front of them. They didn't. Saquon Barkley is a can't-miss prospect. They took him, and right on cue, he loses 6-7 yards on 2nd and 5. No blocking. Texans sell out for the run. And now you got to throw the football. Third and 10 now. After a 5-yard loss on 2nd and 5. That's a horrible play. You would have been better off running QB sneak on that. Saquon Barkley has 32 carries for 144 yards rushing. 3rd and 10 now. Can't throw an interception here, obviously. Can't get strip sacked here, obviously. And one of those things will probably happen on this play. Jones steps up. He's going to run it. Jones makes a man miss. Gets a first down. Daniel Jones gets cracked. But it looks like he picks up the yardage with his legs. And that's what I love about how Daniel Jones runs the football. He doesn't just slide down because that's what people tell quarterbacks to do. He's trying to get a first down on every carry. And he does there. And he gets right back up. Most other quarterbacks probably not getting up from that, sorry to say. Justin Fields is balling for the... I mean, if you started Justin Fields in fantasy, you're a king. That guy is balling out. Handoff is to Matt Breida on first down. He gets about 1 or 2 before he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not really too familiar with a lot of players on this Texans defense, and I don't have the sound on. I'm not listening to Ian Eagle call the plays. But I know they have Derek Stingley Jr. He's a prospect on the outside. Jerry Hughes is a veteran pass rusher who's had some nice plays in the second half. 2nd and 9. Jones under center. They're going to run the football again, I bet. It is a handoff to Matt Breida, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. The play calling is very predictable here. Very, very predictable. I mean, you're up 2 scores. You want to make the game as short as possible. I really would like to see them throw the football to convert another 3rd down here. The game plan is very conservative, and I can't tell if that's because you're playing the Houston Texans or if that's because you don't trust your quarterback. Because I happen to think if they let Daniel Jones throw it 30 times today, they probably win the game by about 2 scores already. 2 touchdowns. Jones will burn a timeout here. A little bit of confusion on the play. So smart timeout. If you need those other 2, you're in big trouble if you're a Giant fan. Meanwhile, Buffalo beating Minnesota by 10 with 9 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter over there in Western New York. So here we go. 3rd and 10, 5:31 remaining. Jones has cut down the turnovers dramatically this year. Part of that is the offensive scheme for sure. They are not letting him drop back 30 times and let defenses get settled in what he wants to do and start to read him. But he has been very big on 3rd down all season long, in my opinion, and he has been good on 3rd down. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Every Sunday, the drama continues on Mikey Hot Takes and the New York Giants. 3rd and 10. To possibly ice the football game here. Jones drops back, looking, and he'll just take a sack. Doesn't want to throw it away, wants to eat some clock. He'll take a sack and the Giants will punt it away. Smart there from Daniel Jones, playing game and playing situational football. You don't want to throw it out of bounds and worry about the yardage there. 5 minutes remaining. I guess nobody open downfield. Didn't see, obviously, from this angle. Can't really see. Giants hurry up and snap it to punt it. The Texans don't have everyone on the field. It's a good punt. Desmond King recovers it. Very interesting punt. There is a flag on the play. Giants very sneakily rushed the punt team out there, caught the Houston Texans sleeping. It's a 5-yard penalty, and the Giants will repeat the down. So, despite not really having a big drive there, they did convert a couple of first downs on the ground with Barkley and Jones. They did take about 3 to 4 minutes off the clock, and they will try to pin Houston deep down 2 scores. The Scottish Hammer will punt it again. Hopefully not a touchback. They will call a fair catch at the 7-yard line. Desmond King. .440 remaining. Giants up 11 here. They are in a good spot, but I will say Davis Mills has been moving the ball down the field. And, I mean, onside kicks are a thing. And, you know, it's a 2-score game. Anything could happen. .440 remaining. Nothing on ice yet. But the defense has played well. They've gotten 2 turnovers from Davis Mills so far. Now they're going to have Davis Mills dropping back to pass every single play on this drive, you'd have to assume. So let's see what can happen here. The real excitement is in Buffalo. I mean, Minnesota is driving now. There's 7 minutes remaining in that one. So if Minnesota were to score a touchdown in that game would get real interesting. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I'm trying to get up to 200 subscribers by the end of November. I think it's possible. I think we can do it. We might do some World Cup streams. Maybe we'll do a USA World Cup stream. Who knows? Depends on scheduling there. A lot of options. I'm down for anything. I'm game for doing whatever stream the fans want to see. Cheers to everybody. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday afternoon. I know I am so far so good. I mean, I know my New York Knicks embarrassed themselves today, but the good news is I was busy watching the Giants and talking to you guys and streaming the Giant game. So I didn't get to watch that calamity. I was here, zoned in on this grind of a game against the Houston Texans, which really shouldn't have been this difficult. I mean, 11 points. They're covering as of right now, which looks nice and easy, looks simple and plain. But they're making it difficult on themselves. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to use the restroom really quickly for this last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. All right, we're back. We miss a play. Houston does get a first down and get out of bounds. Not ideal. And they're at the Giant 42. At the Houston 42. Giants send pressure and they get a screen pass to Dameon Pierce. Again, the screen works to perfection. The Giants not ready for it, and Houston is in Giant territory in less than 50 seconds. And that's what I mean about this Giants defense. They're not comfortable. They're not comfortable until they're in the red zone, and then their secondary can get set. Nico Collins breaks a tackle and gets out of bounds. Fabian Moreau and Nico Collins. Nico Collins is a handful. I really like the looks of him as a receiver. He looks like a Kenny Golladay that can actually catch. They rule Collins out. Oh, so he doesn't break that tackle. So good job by Fabian Moreau, and they're short of the first down. Daboll was all over it, ready to throw the challenge flag. So that's a nice little... That's a nice little chunk of yardage that the Giants get back as Nico Collins just stepped out of bounds before breaking the tackle of Fabian Moreau on the outside. 3:40 remaining. Davis Mills. The handoff is to Dameon Pierce, who gets a first down, covers the football up, gets inside the 30 of the Giants. But the clock will continue to run here. It's going to come down to an onside kick possibly. And if the Giants do not recover an onside kick and somehow lose the football game, folks, I will lose my mind. Davis Mills drops back to pass. Incomplete. Good pass coverage from Adoree Jackson on Phillip Dorsett, who I haven't seen his number called whatsoever today. First time of the day, and he's incomplete. Minnesota has made it a football game in Buffalo as well. It is a 24-27 game. And that is what I will be tuning into the minute our stream ends today. I will be doing a quick recap after the game. However, we have 3:13 remaining, 2nd and 10. The game is not done yet. An onside kick is in play. Mills drops back to pass. Hit as he throws. I don't know if that is incomplete or a fumble. They rule it a fumble on the field because they will force Houston to throw the challenge flag here, essentially. I think that might be incomplete, but I don't know. Davis Mills does get hit. I'm not sure, by O'Shane Ximines. Finally, the Giants get home on 3rd down. That'll be a very close call. Houston will have to throw the challenge flag. The game's over if they don't throw the challenge flag. O'Shane Ximines rocks Davis Mills just as he's getting rid of the football. That probably will get it. Just the way the NFL works and the way they want every game to be close and the spread to matter and everyone to watch. I'll be shocked if this isn't overturned. If this is overturned, officially a game will be over. And Giants will be moving on to 7-2, which this was a must-win. This was a must-win game for the Giants. So I think that's going to get overturned. It's very close. It's very close. Might be tough to overturn that. I don't know. I would overturn it. I've been watching football a long time. I think that's an incomplete pass, but would love to be wrong. Would love to be wrong. Gene's territory thinks it's an incomplete pass. It just like ekes out of Davis Mills' fingers in a forward way, even though it was clearly his arm got destroyed by O'Shane. Damn, Miami is blowing out Cleveland. Blowing them out. Referee is taking a long look at this. Looks like Houston's going to hold on to it here, but the referee is taking his sweet old time to make the decision. Giants just can't get screened to death here. Even I think Houston will retain possession. I don't think the fumble will stand. Still under review here. Sorry, guys. Like, I wish I could add more, but I've literally broken down this same play a million times. To me, it's a judgment call. Incomplete pass. So it is overturned. 3:08 on the game clock now. They add 6 seconds. Literally a split second there, like a tenth of a second, decides an incomplete pass and a fumble. Houston fortunate on this occasion for it to be an incomplete pass. 3rd and 10, 4-down territory obviously for Houston. Game on the line if they don't score a touchdown on this drive. Another screen pass. The Giants are just selling out. They'll give up the yardage. 1st down for Dameon Pierce. I'm sick. Like, if everybody and their mother know, I just said they can't get screened to death here. Did I not just say this? Like, I'm sorry. Is anybody in the chat? Saddle, Esteban, anybody in the chat out there that would like to affirm me that I just said they can't get screened to death here these last 3 minutes and set up an onside kick situation? Here we go. 1st and 10. Houston inside the 20. They hand it off to Dameon Pierce, and he's wrapped up by Kayvon Thibodeau after about a 1 or 2 yard gain. Running the football is an interesting decision there for Houston. Obviously, they're probably thinking onside kick no matter what. Mills in the shotgun. Drops back. Floats it. Incomplete. Mills, like a jump throw there, like got excited to see a guy jump open. 3rd and 8, 2:35 remaining here. Third and 8. This would be one of the worst losses in Giant history if they somehow figured out a way to lose this. Mills, shotgun, gets the snap, floats it into the end zone, incomplete. They call a flag. Pass interference on the defense. Oh. There was holding and pass interference. So it was holding on the offense and there was pass interference on the defense, and those penalties offset. The Giants get lucky on that one because it would have been a surefire first and goal, first and one situation. Fabian Moreau and Nico Collins. This is a tough matchup for Fabian Moreau. He's been a great signing so far for this Giants football team, but he is struggling on the outside with Nico Collins today. 3rd and 8. And just when I think the game is over, it's not. Davis Mills lofts it up and incomplete, looking for Nico Collins, floats it up on 3rd and 8. Moreau had good coverage that time. There is a flag again. The referee's getting way too involved late in this game. Let the clock run. Holding on the Texans again. The Giants will decline the penalty to try to make it 4th down. Well, they won't try. They will make it 4th down. But I don't know why I have no confidence in them being able to get off the field here. Houston will take their field goal on 4th and 8. Interesting. I'm shocked. You're down. You're gonna try to make it an 8-point game. I get it. I mean, I assume they're gonna take an onside kick, right? Fairbairn puts it through the uprights to make it 21-13. Thank you, Saddle. Thank you for affirming that. They did give up a screen pass after me saying that, but there's 2:22 remaining. We have the 2-minute warning and 2 timeouts for Houston. So I'm assuming they will give the Giants the football. If the Giants can get 1 to 2 first downs, they win the game. 2 first downs essentially wins the game. You can't go backwards. You just, whatever run play you design here, Saquon can't go backwards. He has to go forwards. Everyone in the building knows it's going to Barkley. It's a 1-possession game. Special teams needs to be ready for an onside kick situation here as well. Because I swear on God's green earth, listen, a lot has to go right for Houston to win still. But the fact that the game's not on ice yet is all you need to know about how the Giants have played today. They've kept a worse football team in the game for 4 quarters. And now you put yourself at risk. The Giants have done this against better teams probably this year at certain points. Giants are going to take a timeout on special teams here to make sure they got the right personnel out there to field a possible onside kick situation. Getting nervous, guys. I'm getting nervous. Fairbairn tees it up. If he goes for the onside kick and they don't convert, the game is over. So they do have the 2-point conversion. I mean, they do have the 2-minute warning because there's 2:22 remaining in the 4th quarter here. And they do have 2 timeouts. There's the onside kick. There is a flag on the play, and it looks like it did not go the necessary 10 yards. The Giants will have the football here in good field position, and that is essentially going to be the football game because Fairbairn could not. It looked like a dangerous onside kick. Excellent. So onside kick is unsuccessful. No magic from Houston today on the special teams in the special teams department. The slowest, terrible football game you'll ever see on the face of the earth today in East Rutherford. I don't think the Giants have played good whatsoever. I think they have made some explosive plays, which is more than they usually do. The play to Darius Slayton was electric to start the third quarter. The play, there was a couple of Saquon runs that were very nice. There was a throw to Isaiah Hodgkins, which was nice as well. Giants really not asking Daniel Jones to drop back often, and they've been successful 7 out of 9 times so far this season, assuming they are able to finish it out here and nothing crazy happens. They're in Houston territory after the failed onside kick and the 2 penalties. Houston was offside, and they had the illegal touching of the football before it went the necessary 5 to 10 yards or whatever it was. So 2:22 remaining, 1st and 10. Damn, Justin Jefferson just made a crazy catch. I just changed the channel. Let's see it. Was it a touchdown? I don't think that was even the play, Justin. I mean, maybe. He got upended. The guy catches the ball every 2 seconds. 2:22 remaining. Handoff is to Barkley, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Yep, I'm looking it up right now. Let's see it. Field Yates just tweeted it. That is insane. That is insane. I got to change the channel now. See what Minnesota's in the red zone. Cousins just tripped over his lineman on 1st and goal. Oh, my God. That game is insane. If I'm a Bills fan, I'm going to throw up. Giants fan right now, I'm not feeling great either. But this is the most rushes in Saquon Barkley's career. They hand it off to Barkley again. He slides down in bounds to keep the clock running. And this is the end. That'll be the end of the game now. They are in field goal range. Houston will burn their final timeout. They do still have the 2-minute warning. The Giants have a 3rd and 2. They did not expect Saquon to cut it outside. They let him go outside. And unlike that game against Jacksonville, Saquon does slide down in bounds this time. He learns from his mistakes and keeps that clock running, makes Houston burn their final timeout before the 2-minute warning. Handoff is to Barkley, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Giants will probably bring out the field goal unit for a long field goal. Flipping over to Minnesota now. It's Minnesota-Buffalo. It's 3rd and goal for Kirk Cousins, down 27-23. So it's 4-down territory for Minnesota, down 4. Stephon Diggs is freaking out for Buffalo. This would be a crazy loss. I believe they had control of this game all throughout the first half, and now it's starting to slip away. Cousins drops back. Touchdown, Justin Jefferson. What a beast. He's the best receiver in the NFL. He's Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson are the 2 best receivers in the NFL, and Justin Jefferson is the best classic receiver, like that can just do everything on the football field. Justin Jefferson is a beast. Just runs the slant route, gets interfered with. Oh, I don't know if that's even a touchdown, but he definitely got interfered with. Wow. Crazy game in Minnesota. I did pick Minnesota to cover in that game, so I'm not a complete idiot in my picks this week. Oh, 2-minute warning. They overturned the call in Buffalo. $57 remaining. Graham Gano takes, in Buffalo there's 57 seconds remaining. There's 2 minutes remaining in East Rutherford. Graham Gano is on to pretty much put the game out of reach. 49-yard attempt, and it goes through the uprights. So 24-13, the New York Giants are going to win this football game. It is officially out of reach for Houston. No timeouts, minute 55 remaining, down 11. So Giants giving each other handshakes, looking like a wrap. Couple of key plays in this football game. Dameon Pierce fumbling in the red zone, brutal for Houston. They were driving at that point, trying to respond. And also a bad interception from Davis Mills kind of put this game on ice. And the Giants have been winning the turnover battle all season long. Minute 55 remaining. This is all but a formality in East Rutherford. What's up, James? Shout out to you. Appreciate you popping in late. Giants getting the dub. It looks like 24-13. Let's see. What's the game of the 4:30 slate? We got Cowboys, Packers, Cardinals, Rams, Chargers, 49. Pretty good slate. Pretty good slate. Only 3 games, though, is tough. Davis Mills completes deep down the field to Moore, but he stays in bounds, so the clock will run. Houston not stopping. How's reffing going, James? What are you reffing these days? What grades? Mills over the middle, drops it to Rex Burkhead, looking to get to the sideline. Giants are playing that sideline defense. Minute 10 remaining, the longest last 5 minutes of an NFL game you'll ever see. Mills drops back, completes it, inbounds. The clock will go. Adoree Jackson gives up a completion. There's an injury. 6th grade? Okay, that's tough. How's that been for you, man? How you doing? Just like that, Davis Mills in garbage time is picking up like 60 yards passing on this drive. He'll go down easily with a sack. Jason Pinnock on the straight blitz. Davis Mills didn't see it coming. And Houston will hurry up to kick a field goal here. This is absurd. Fairbairn puts it through the uprights. And they get 3 points in like this is hysterical. This is hysterical. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. I'm here for every second of this excruciating end to Giants-Texans because this is the longest end. I've never seen this ending to a football game in my life. I've never seen it. Houston just marched up the field with no timeouts to kick a field goal. Didn't stop the clock once. Kick a field goal to go down 8 with 7 seconds remaining, and now they're going to put their whole game on an onside kick and a Hail Mary attempt with 7 seconds left, and an 2-point conversion. Just absurd, just like insane. Like they're not giving up whatsoever, which I guess you would like if you're a Texans fan, and you really just don't want to see them quit. But I mean, at a certain point, it's just like, what are we doing, guys? 7 seconds remaining. You're going for an onside kick down 8. I mean, I guess that's what you got to do. The onside kick is up. Adoree Jackson reels it in, and that is the end. Adoree Jackson is a great football player. He is very sure-handed, very solid, makes the tackles. Adoree Jackson just does a backflip on the field. That's the exclamation point. You see how athletic he is. Fumble in the end zone, recover for a touchdown. For Josh Allen. Oh my God. Josh Allen fumbles it in the end zone, and the Minnesota Vikings fell on it. Wow. Jack Meyer, if you're watching it, love you, buddy. Have a good Sunday night. Put some TV on. Forget about football. Do not watch football. I've been there before. That is rough. And I'm sorry. If Daniel Jones does that or Zach Wilson does that, he gets destroyed. You can't do that. You have to, listen, that's a bad play. The Giants finished it out. The New York Football Giants are 7-2. Okay? The Giants are 7-2 in 2022. All right? They've only lost to the Dallas Cowboys, one of the best teams in the NFC, and the Seattle Seahawks, another one of the best teams in the NFC. I don't care if they lost today in Germany. They played pretty well as well. So the Giants are 7-2. They played very conservatively today. I was not impressed with how they played. I think they play to win or play not to lose. They're very smart. Their coaching staff is very smart. But against good teams and in the playoffs, everyone's going to be betting against the Giants, whoever they play in the playoffs, because they play this conservative style that may not translate in key moments when teams are ready and geared up for the run game. Saquon Barkley with his career high in rushing attempts today. So that's something you got to be excited about. The game plan was get Saquon the ball. And while I don't think he had a great Saquon day, he had a very solid day and got some key yardage at key moments in this football game to help the Giants win. Daniel Jones played efficiently. I don't think they asked him to do anything more than what they wanted him to. And I think if they really do, I hope if they decide to keep Daniel Jones, which I obviously think they will and should at this point, they need to start having a little bit more faith in him, and maybe this coaching staff will have more faith in him next season if they are able to get some more receivers, maybe their offensive linemen, the guys they like, the guys they trust around Daniel Jones before they start letting him drop back and throw it all over the field. But in a nutshell, this game was decided by Davis Mills, bad interception, Dameon Pierce, bad fumble, and Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are just a little bit more experienced than Davis Mills and Dameon Pierce, and they don't fumble the football in those moments, and they don't intercept. That being said, Russell Wilson just fumbled with 30 seconds remaining, and that ends the game. Tennessee will beat Denver. So that ends that football game. Crazy day elsewhere in the NFL. I think the Giants game was more of a formality down the stretch. They were the better football team for 4 quarters today, which is like the first time you could say that this year. Their biggest win of the year in terms of point differential, and probably their biggest offensive day in terms of rushing yards and passing yards. They had most of it going today. So, after all that, I appreciate everybody, every single person who jumped in the stream. We're trying to grow the channel. We'll be back next week for the Giants playing, who do they have next week? The Detroit Lions, who are dangerous. The Detroit Lions are kind of similar to Houston. They might play worse defense than Houston, but they play a lot better offense than Houston. They could throw the football a lot better than Houston. So that'll be a tough game. I don't think that's a formality whatsoever, Giants against Detroit. So we'll be back next week, Giants, Lions. Until then, I appreciate everybody who joined today.